a new episode of Shadows of the Last War, episode 17. I believe it's 17 today.
That's so many.
It's a lot.
Wow. I can't believe we're at 17 already.
Yeah.
Wait, on this second campaign?
This is our second campaign, yeah.
This is 17 of like season 2, quote unquote.
Season 2, yeah.
What?
Because how many episodes was the first one?
6.
It was.
What?
Yeah, 6.
It was.
Oh my gosh.
It's an introductory 6. I originally planned for it to be 2 to 3.
Chain right now.
And you guys burned. I mean, you spent a lot of time really kind of getting to know each other, knowing your characters and all that. So yeah, it was 6 episodes. We're up to 17 so far. I had initially planned for this one to be 16, but I have a feeling that it's going to be a little closer to like 22. Yeah, we're barreling. We're getting real close to the end at this point. So a lot of stuff's going to happen in a very short window of time. So I can go ahead and let you know right now as it
Tracy's
stands.
ice cream.
As it stands.
I had too many ice creams yesterday. Now I can't have any ice creams.
You guys have no luck rerolls this week as of yet.
We're all out of ice creams, dude.
Yeah, that could be the case. But you know what? It's because last week we had Ben definitely intimidating Chad. It's what that was. Thank you so much, Frost. I appreciate that, buddy.
Chad, I will give you an IRL.
So what you're saying
reroll.
is we need to threaten chat.
What does an IRL luck reroll look like, Frost?
If you fail a test, fail a job interview, you just you do it.
You give me a do-over? Yeah. Shit, that's kind of slick, actually.
Tristan will come and do the interview for you.
Yes.
Noted. We like this. We like this. Okay.
As Ivan
in the watermelon tree.
character.
Noted. All right. Okay. Well, let's kind of figure out what happened last time we played. A lot occurred. I took notes, and man, you met a lot of characters.
Did a lot.
You did. You accomplished a lot. So let's see where we're at. What can you recall from the last time we played?
Got ran over.
You did. Yeah. Well, some of you did. Not everybody did. Yes.
Oh, some of us have cat-like reflexes.
Yes.
Sorry, got run over and gravely injured.
This is also accurate.
We met the guy who's taking us to the Rose Quarry.
You did. You met Phelan. So you met actually 2 people, two drivers in the town. You met Shamir, Ravi, and Phelan. Phelan is. What do you know about Phelan thus far? What kind of information do you have?
He's good at staring contests.
One. he's serious business.
Staring contest, probably. We could maybe just gloss over that. We don't really have to talk about who stared at who, or who won, or who forfeit, like that. We don't have to talk about that, I think.
He's mean.
You want to see
He
this
was
guy's
straight to
face?
the point, though. He was business. He was like, all right, I'll do this. I can't do the thing, but if you pay me, I'll do the thing.
Look at that face.
And that's like it.
Wow. He looks like a grumpy old man.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was a grumpy old man.
A giant cat just at that dude's face. Yeah. I never had a chance.
He is in fact a bit of a grumpy old man.
I think he was a perfect negotiation for Scout, though.
Yeah. Yeah. It was
transactional.
It's because Phelan is coded very robotically. He's not a social individual, but that's okay. He's not supposed to be a social individual.
But he did tell us that it's dangerous and there's glassmen. So he gave us some deeds. And he was willing to stay a little longer. He really likes money. I don't know what he's doing with that money, but he likes money.
What does anybody do with money? You know, we spend it.
Or we turtle it. What is he specifically spending it on? That's what I want to know. Look at that guy.
Private tables at the bars.
Yeah. He I don't know. You guys have to figure it out. It's definitely another person that you guys can sort of can peel back the onion on to see if you can figure him out. But he wasn't the only person that you guys encountered. You did get Shamir.
Hold on. Didn't he claim to not have eyelids when we could all clearly see that he had eyelids?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah.
I think he has his own very,
strange.
very, very dry sense of humor that
Yes.
will only his only goal is to make himself laugh. He does not care if you
it's
like
a Norm
his joke.
Macdonald figure.
I detected no humor.
A Norm Macdonald type of guy.
That's pretty accurate. That's a strong read on Phelan. You did meet quite a few more, if my recollection is solid. Who else can you recall really kind of getting into and meeting?
Bingo.
Bingo.
Yes.
Oh, bingo.
You passed me the ball in a big way.
Yeah.
To come up with the character on the spot.
Yes.
Yep.
fun.
We got to meet Ingo. Ingo is important. He's not just kind of like a toss away character. He's important not only to
The homie, dog.
the experience, but specifically to Ben's character's backstory. So what do you guys remember about Ingo specifically?
I practically worships Anju.
Loves
was nice.
coffee. Must run in the cat fam.
Yeah. Yeah, he does kind of, I worship might be a little strong, but he definitely admires. It's a definite admiration for sure.
He talked a lot about how Anju was like the top cat, and told him about Mido
Yeah. Yeah, what do we remember about Mido?
and the cat tree and his family.
We have yet to figure out if it's all like blowing smoke, similar to how Idio is with Ivan, where it's like most of the shit that he repeats is like kind of bullshitted from me, but he just believes anything I say.
Yeah.
So we don't know if that's true or if Anju really was Big Cat and now, just is trying to take a step back after getting his life thrown away.
There is a lot to sort of unpack there to find out that
Anju finds your lack of faith disturbing, to be honest.
that Anju had a fairly successful previous life, and then something occurred, kind of chasing him here. He's wound up with this lot, and I'm eager to see what that looks like once you guys kind of get behind closed doors. If you are going to kind of pry a little bit, because Anju definitely found someone that mattered to him in that time, but he spent the last as many months with you guys, very close in tow, speaking about a lot of things, but very trepidatiously dodging his background. But now it's come out. Now you know a bit more about Mido. You know that his family is in trouble. Even he just discovered that his family's in trouble. And surely that's going to hinder the way that he operates to a degree, right? When you find out that suddenly your parents are being absconded from or taken away from their persistent life, like that's got to shake you up at least a little bit.
He also let us know that someone was following us.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody was following you. That occurred. Who was it? Who was the perpetrator?
Yeah, Tracy,
Nobody
who was
knows.
it?
Anybody could have known. And
Well,
it
took us the whole episode to figure out who was following us.
Yeah, I didn't even know if we were going to
Those
figure it out
rules.
in that episode because it kind of just came and passed, and then
Yeah.
Anju was clueless.
Bub just
Let's
brought
be
him back
real.
because he can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anju and Sera did not click for us right away as
No.
characters. And
No.
Ben, in real life, definitely thought of it. So, just for the record, I was role-playing an idiot, and not being
Or
Yeah.
But yeah.
It was
fun.
it was Cohen.
It was in fact Cohen.
Shape-shifting, because we know he does that. And
knowing a shapeshifter is hard, guys. Okay.
yeah. And
Tell me some flags.
I didn't put the actually, I'll tell you, Ben, the one thing I didn't figure out was he was stabbed and his side was hurt. And I'm like, that's what was throwing me off. I was like, if it was Cohen, why is he in pain on his side? The reason he's in pain is because he saved me from incoming traffic at the beginning of the episode when we almost got trampled by those freaking electro lizards.
I just want to know why he's running away. Like, what the heck?
He's a
dude?
bitch.
Shy.
But you save someone and then you run away? Like, I don't know.
I
It's
don't want her to see me like this. That's just a theory.
Let's peel it back for
Or
a
is
second.
it?
Like you guys have these theories, but let's take it for a second. You literally have met a character who his entire life has no idea what his actual face looks like. He was raised in a notable assassins organization where he's never known even the remote composite of love. What could love even be like? He has
So it
no
was like a Red Room situation. Like
no
Scarlett Johansson.
Yes, zero faculties on what love could even look like and feel like. So in those moments at the very end, when Sera put the blade into the blood, there was a moment that Sera was seeing through her eyes. That's how that started. Sera saw through her eyes because she was seeing what he was seeing. It was her. But then it swapped. There was a change.
Having a little moment.
Yeah. There was in fact that moment. We had a few other things. Before I touch base upon that yet again about the Cohen event, I would like to highlight there was honestly a fantastic scene between Galt, Ivan, and Anju
Poor
Galt-
Galt, dude.
was petrified. Cain has made it seem like if he even remotely stumbles, his whole fucking head is going to blow off his shoulders.
Just telling a little kid you're gonna blow his head up.
Gotta rule by fear.
Oh my god, that child.
He was already so traumatized already.
He was. What did Ivan and Anju tell Galt to make it better?
I don't even remember.
I told him that Ivan has no testicles and penis, so
Yeah, Ivan doesn't.
And I claimed that I was like his like caretaker, and he
Oops.
doesn't do magic without my permission.
oh yeah, you said that
You said I'm a eunuch slave.
yeah, you said he was a eunuch
We
slave.
did say that. I think
Yeah.
I think that's a little reductive, but sure.
You said slave first. You literally said the word slave.
You did. In fact, I just watched the entire episode. You definitely did. And Ivan went on to explain that he has no penis and balls, which gave Galt the the energy to point
Which is
at his
fine.
fear and call him a no penis having slave. And then he ran off. He bolted. He just could not. Right? He didn't even know how to go about that. He's just a little kid on top of being a goblin, so he's just a little guy, right? Just a little guy.
He's Rickety Cricket. That's what he is.
Kinda, yeah, kinda. My favorite aspect, going back and watching the episode, was just out of nowhere when Ingo was like, "Is this your harem? You've got a harem? Is this your harem?" And Cain goes, "I have a working manhood."
Okay.
Just yells it out loud in the middle of the street.
Okay,
was
sure.
a
you
definite
do, buddy.
pauser. Definite pauser there for that. That was good. Yeah, Ingo he's not really sure what to make of your situation here. You went from running a fairly lucrative heist situation and theft and sort of fencing operation to now you're traveling around with this wild ragtag group. He sees a talking dog.
Extremely attractive group.
True.
It's true.
True. Well, okay, so Shamir was there, so he kind of threw some shade on there. It was the Ratman v Catman sort of situation. But
He was a rat man.
was very confused at the nature of to the party because he saw a handsome man with a choker collar on, a beautiful woman with a really scary looking blade, a talking dog, a crazy somehow older man that everybody said is smelly, but he's not really that smelly. He just smells dusty.
Yeah.
It's a little confusing to him, but you had a brief encounter with Cheddar Jack. You spoke more with Phelan. Phelan negotiated the terms of the movement. Can you guys remember how much that was?
60 gold piece a person, half up front. Or
And
15 up
then,
front.
10 gold per day or per
12 hours to get there.
each if he waited 24 hours.
It was-
I would like to
Torture.
mention my expert negotiating skills of getting us that wonderful price.
True.
it
Yeah.
was pretty solid. It was
Yes.
pretty solid.
It was hilarious. You went up and then you went back down to.
It was normal.
It was.
Yeah, it was pretty solid. It was
It's
60.
nice to see like a really old comedy bit just like naturally happen.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
You guys really played the classics on that one.
60 gold each with 40 up front. He said that he would stay for a day, no longer than a day, and it would cost you an extra 10 gold, which he would collect. So 70 gold total. You guys will get there. He has offered to provide some amenities available. It will take 12 hours. He deliberately avoided the concept of traffic or anything that could step in as an intermediate to the travel. But there's a reason for that, and that's okay. Anything else notable occurred? Nothing major.
Oh well, Scout got gravely injured and turned into a dragon and was maybe gonna explode or do some horrific thing.
Yeah.
Maybe.
That was awesome.
Sick.
Yeah, Scout turned into a wooden pseudo-dragon.
Wooden pseudo Tiamat.
Yeah, basically. Well, single-headed, yes, but yeah, Tiamat is primarily known as a five-headed bestial dragon. So this became a little cat-sized dragon.
Scout was like a tiny little dragon.
Yeah.
A little guy.
But something spoke through Scout. What was the words that muttered through Scout?
What is taking you so long? Why do you refuse my power?
Yeah. That was
They leave that message for.
that was a pretty important
And-
scene.
No, and he answered. Cain answered.
He answered. That's why it's an important
Yeah.
scene.
He fucking did.
Yeah.
What did Cain say?
What'd you say, Cain?
I said
Go
something
on.
like, "I'm sorry, great one. I need more time."
Fucking simp.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Scout and I heard that,
Yes.
and we're gonna beat the shit out of you. I'm gonna get Scout to torture you for information.
Yes, because Scout is a torturing robot.
Turn into like the kill
we've
mode on
convinced
the
you to
Iron Spider.
do not worse, but we've convinced you to do things in the past, and lying is like the same thing as torture, right?
Yeah, they just butt right up against each other, really, really close.
Yeah.
Really close.
Do one, you do the other. It's like
Trust, honesty, and torture.
practically torture to know that somebody lied to you, you know?
There was still a little more that was happening with this this character, this rat man by the name of Shamir Ravi
He
Ravi.
needs us to replace his fucking dog or whatever.
Yeah, and he's willing to like show me where to go and like whatever. But it seems like it's kind of like a me problem / side quest /
Anju's already annoyed that he's gonna have to talk to this guy again. The fiction hasn't booted back up yet, and Anju's already like, this fucking rat guy, dude.
He won't go away.
No,
It's
no, he
just
won't.
solve your own
Like a
problem, asshole. You ran us
stalker.
over.
Well, to be totally fair, his lead shocker lizard was absorbed into Ivan.
Sure.
Yeah.
And
Which he was very confused about
He was.
and did not
100
understand
platinum,
what
dude?
happened.
Yeah, right.
I just
well,
want to turn into that thing, man. I want to see what I can do.
Shamir
For
is
real.
is
Wanna
is
kill some
a
shit.
local celebrity. He's a relatively successful like racer. He's a dune racer in this area. So wherever he goes, he kind of draws a bit of a small crowd. So
How convenient for us. A bunch of fucking criminals on the run.
yeah. So you're right. You're right. It is sort of like a little bit of a side quest. He would be willing to take the payoff. It's going to come at a cost. It was expensive, but that sort of money makes quick exchange in Cirque du Stab. So that's going to be kind of on you guys to figure out what you want to do with this. Or it could just be an Ivan thing where you find your way into the oasis as been described to fetch a mate. Let's see. Do you think you've got the shocker lizard Riz, Frost?
Like if I am a shocker lizard,
Yeah.
yeah.
There's absolute confidence.
Yeah.
He's
I'm-
just-
I think it translates if like you have never had a problem in your life with the ladies, which I imagine Ivan has not. He's a very
Sure.
attractive guy.
Sure.
He's very confident and charismatic. I think that it can translate. If I'm P. Shockley,
Yeah.
like I'm not just any fucking shocker lizard. I'm Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer
That's accurate.
minus the ugly nose.
That's a really strong read.
Yeah.
He's fairly notable in the area specifically because, well, it's mostly his size. Male
Yeah.
shocker lizards are relatively small. That's why he's the lead puller. So he's big. He's pretty big. While the others are between like 20 and 30 pounds, P. Shockley's probably about 60 pounds. He's a big boy. Right.
Christ.
He's sizable for a shocker lizard.
Imagine those pit bulls that just have like veins puffing out of them, but in a chihuahua.
Sort of, yeah. Sort of. He's I mean he's named. He's named for a reason, so it's going to be interesting to see how you handle this. Other things to note, Ivan doesn't have his raccoon mask anymore. He lost his passive perception, so that perception bonus went down. Let's see, anything else? Anju discovered that his family is missing in action, no idea where they are. Cain noticed the dragon shard inside of Scout.
Ah,
Yep.
Yeah, and I think that sort of covers the events that transpired last time.
Well, I think everybody saw
everyone
that.
found out eventually, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I saw it and then I was like, this look.
And if you didn't know already, you just got activated. So now we know that Scout is even more of a threat, not only from their boss, but
Hey,
Now apparently
Scouts,
you can
they're just a
at any
conduit.
time, like while we're sleeping, might just turn into a fucking dragon and murder us all.
Pseudo dragon. I mean,
little baby
the
dragon.
sparks are kind of a dead
They
giveaway,
could still
though, right?
breathe fucking fire, and
If
we're
the-
intending to rain mayhem.
if the dragon plays fetch, we're fucked. I will throw this party off of a cliff.
Well, Bub
sorry.
said that it was like Scout was watching through the eyes of their own body, but couldn't control themselves.
Yeah,
so
I couldn't control
just
what
like
I was
me.
doing.
Yeah,
basically when I got taken over. So
conduit.
not a good thing. It's like a feral dragon.
Just a quick phone call. No biggie.
I'm very excited
just,
for you guys.
You're the mobile phone unit now.
So then let's set our scene, pull this kind of back in, and let's find out exactly what happened. We left off with a scene beneath a canopy, the twisted canopies of the Goblin Market. It ran underneath a myriad of buildings and sort of twisted in a way that you lost vision from above. This is where we saw Anju diving underneath, meeting upon the opposite side where he could see Sera, but the target ran afoul. You ended up very carefully scouring this den, moving from the middle, where, with a very careful perception, you discovered a spot of blood, fresh. You thought that was strange. Nobody else visibly had been bleeding up to this point. You couldn't figure out why, so you pointed it out. Sera had a initial gut reaction. Curiosity got the best of her. She thrust her blade into the blood spot, where her vision twisted from first herself, then to the eyes of what she believes is Cohen. I need a perception check, please, first, from Sera and from Anju.
It's us. I don't have my character sheet open. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Okay. Sorry, folks. Entertainment. Okay.
Character sheet open too.
That
Low.
is surprising. And as it stands, no luck rerolls yet. We're like 8 subs away from our first luck reroll, so.
Maybe Anju's distracted by something.
I mean, 14 is
14's not bad.
pretty good.
14
Yeah, but
is,
for
is
Anju,
pretty good.
that's-
I mean, for
Hot
Anju,
trash.
it's not great, but it's still perceptive.
I
Yeah,
think
for
I
sure.
think I'm gonna leave it to an even or odd, specifically for Anju.
Odd in my favor.
Odd in your favor. It's even.
Who?
Dice tell a story.
Sera stood there, and she seemed to watch. You watched her blink several times, Anju. You can't quite place it, what she seems to look at, but just in front of her was a woman. Looked to be an older woman. Nothing of note. She didn't stand out. She wasn't wearing battle armor, nothing of that rate. She just there, and then she strode off. Sera, you aren't quite sure what to make of what you just saw. At first, you saw the woman, and then your eyes glazed over before you witnessed what looked to be a wound on the side. And then you saw yourself. And you're certain that's not how the sword worked before. But those moments pass, and the woman walks off. Anju's there, just kind of waiting.
I think Anju was looking at Sera. I think is where we ended.
Well, if he doesn't want to be found, then so be it. We at least know it's not somebody trying to turn us in for a bounty. I mean, maybe he is. Who knows? But
Above table, Ben, was Anju aware that it was Cohen?
I think I said
Anju
at the
realized it.
end.
Anju realized it while he was jumping over the rooftops because
okay.
he's not good at paying attention to things.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
yes. Eventually, it was like, oh, duh.
And then
so we don't have to talk about it necessarily.
Yeah, at the end of the session, I think I had said that it was him or so. Yeah, but
Yeah, I think you told me.
Yeah.
We both know.
yeah.
It was the blue lips.
The blue lips.
Did I actually say out loud? Did you know there's other types of guys? Was that a real? Because if not, then I will commit that to being said out loud.
You can tell Sera again. Did you know that?
Yeah, you do know. But I think Anju pauses for a moment and thinks about that and is like, well, I mean, actually, girl, like, he's formless, right? Like, he doesn't know it. So that's progress, maybe? I mean,
yeah.
Unless you're just imagining the elven form, in which case, you
well,
go as well. If you like it, we love it.
Actually, quick question, Bub, out of character. Is Cohen a shifter? Like, is that his, like, race? Like, is he, like, or changeling, shift, or whatever?
Shifters are different.
Shifter is the animal one. Yeah.
Right.
Changeling is the one that's, like, a doppelganger kind of thing.
Yes.
It seems he is comfortable with one form, despite him not knowing what his true form is. But that is beside the point.
Tracy,
the point.
When you're communicating, I see you moving your hands a lot. I'm just curious. Do you think Sera moves her hands a lot too?
Yes.
Can I get a
She's
new
very
perception?
animated. She's a new perception. Okay.
Just from Ben.
Oh. Oh God, here we go.
Yeah. Anju, when she kind of like brings her hands up and she's like, if this is how he's comfortable, right? Sera has multiple, like it's not quite ligatures, but she has punctures across her palm. They're small, but you can definitely see that Sera is bleeding.
I think Anju will like go to grab your wrist and like point your hand at him and be like, "What's that? What is that?" What you been up to? Little sacrifice to the blood gods.
Like a week or so ago,
These are fresh.
A week or so ago, I fell down some stairs.
That's new. Maybe I caught something when we were getting stampeded. I don't know.
Doesn't ring a bell. Looks like it would ring a bell. If my hand,
yeah, I didn't notice. I didn't notice I was even bleeding.
Is that? Can I?
I don't know why Sarah's being suspicious.
Are you bluffing? Are you bluffing?
No, actually, Sera doesn't know what this is.
Okay.
Nor does Tracy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Feel it? Do you remember feeling anything at any point?
No. Maybe while we were just running in the market? I don't know.
Can I investigate them further? Can I like try to catch something out of the ordinary about the wounds?
Sure, I think 27 is fair on your perception as well to sort of add a bit more to this. As you kind of look over her person, she doesn't seem to have any additional rips or tears in her clothing. It doesn't go beyond the palm itself, doesn't quite actually hit the fingers, which is surprising to you. It looks like it has been proportionally split across the palm. It's 3 dots. And they're pretty close. They're pretty close to each other. It doesn't appear to be a slash. It is a deliberate stab.
Is it in like an equilateral triangle?
No. It's in a straight line. So just think like
it's in a perfectly straight line.
Yes.
Okay. And some of them look fresher than others, or they all look fresh?
They all look fresh.
Why is it looks like
as you glance down,
like a tally.
As you glance down at her hand, and you sort of say it looks like a tally. Your eyes catch the blade, and the actual hilt itself, where her hand rests. There are 3 proportionate blood dots that mark the same spots, very similar to the wounds across her hand.
Are there like empty slots? Like further than that?
It's flat so far as you can see.
Like I would immediately notice that it looks the same or linked, right?
Yes.
Is what you're saying. I'll just point it out. I'm not going to touch the fucking sword, but I'll like put out a claw to like point very precisely at the 3. Like what about those? That looks like
the blade is responding to something.
Are they like the same distance? like hold it? Can you hold it up next to your hand and see? Like, does it?
I'll
does it
like
perfectly
compare
match
it. I'll compare the lines to the lines.
Yeah, it's identical.
Okay. I didn't know that this was a side effect of using the blade.
up? That's kind of cool.
Is it? I don't know if it is.
I think
So is this like every time? I'm trying to think of all the
Well, yeah,
times.
no, it's probably stupid.
I think I've used this thing 3 times.
This
So
has not happened like this before. This is the first time.
okay. Whoa, that's weird. I was like, maybe it cuts every time I use it or something, but no. This was not like this earlier. This is, first of all, so I used the blade differently. I saw blood on the ground, and I used that blood to see if I could discern who the person was.
Right.
And I did. I saw what Cohen was thinking or something. And so basically, so that means that this blade isn't just like I can use it. If I draw blood, I can see somebody I care about. I think I did it like in reverse or something. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out.
Man, it really is just like super cursed, huh?
Yeah. And now it's like cutting into me. That's not good.
Sarah, can I get a wisdom save?
Oh dear.
Oh no.
It's really good. That's a great roll for a base attribute. That's really high. So you think back in this moment, and memories play so much faster, right, than the necessary time. It's not like it's playing over in perfect time, but it's playing over faster. And you're trying to decipher what it actually means to have this play out, because before you had given it blood and it allowed you to see through the one's eyes that you love. But when you pushed your blade into the blood, it was someone else's blood, and it allowed you to see through their eyes. But why did it stay in your vision first?
Yeah. This doesn't make sense.
You have this moment where you think about it, because it started in his vision.
I get it, but this is exciting.
He's got a little crush on you.
No, I know.
Yeah, like,
exactly
I feel
what
like-
fucking
And
happened.
as you're trying to piece this together, trying to figure it out, you can't help. It's a spark. It's that moment when you realize, when you discovered that there might be someone that has love for you. You feel that tumult in your stomach, only describable by storybooks as butterflies. That coolness that rushes over your back and body, but you don't say anything. You feel your face growing flush.
I'm gonna see this, right?
I don't know.
I feel like I've seen this enough times now.
I don't know.
It's too late now. We've been through a lot.
Yeah, Sarah giggles like a schoolgirl, just like
And Anju's just gonna roll his fucking. He's a cat. I don't think he can roll his eyes. He's gonna roll his whole head. And just like, oh,
we need to find him, Anju.
you know that guy.
You just realized how quick that turn was.
yeah?
Literally 2 minutes ago, she goes, well, if he doesn't want to be found, then he doesn't want to be found. To, we have to find him.
What if he wants to go on a date with me?
Do you not remember what happened? Do you not remember how you got here? You remember?
I remember. I do.
I'm just saying.
I know. He
As far as
captured
red
you
flags go-
and tried to murder you. I know.
Just like other people care about you. That's all I'm saying. And maybe,
Well,
you know,
like,
if
can I
somebody's
have
trying
your
to kill one
blessing?
of those people, then
Can I-
maybe.
But
No, it's
On-
fine. I'm so happy for you. I'm so fucking happy for you. Where is everyone?
okay,
Holy
yes.
shit.
Let's head back. Let's just head back to everybody else.
Fucking simps everywhere.
Despite that moment there with Anju, certainly unless it's brought up again, you probably will not bring it back up. But you can't quite shake that
Yeah,
feeling.
Anju's not gonna sell you out.
It's definitely a giddy moment, but you have no way of necessarily knowing. But the time that you've spent to the sovereign host, to your oath, you can read the lines in the sand. Love takes time to flourish. But you felt this once before. You just don't remember it. Our camera turns back. Shamir was clutching on to the pseudo-dragon form of Scout before Scout turned back into the Hound. Scout, before you can stand, you realize that your body has been wrapped and bound in a boa. Ivan still has his hand attached to it. I want to know what this looks like. Tell me. Catch me up. What do you guys think is happening in this scene right now?
What form did Scout turn back into? Dog form?
That would be the Hound form, yes.
Yeah, so then I imagine that if I had wrapped the scarf around the dragon's muzzle, that it would mirror that on the Hound. So I don't know how much Scout needs to open their mouth to speak, but they're definitely not able to open their mouth at this point.
I imagine it's like a speaker.
It is.
Okay. Yeah, where I don't really I just move my mouth, but I don't really need to.
Yeah. It would still probably sound muffled though if it comes out of your mouth.
Sure. It's probably placed in that area. That's fair.
Talking into a plastic cup.
And what about Cain?
What happened?
I want to be stupid next to Scout, studying them and seeing if I can get a look at the dragon shard. And
okay.
Yeah, I'm very intrigued by that. We're
shit.
friends now.
Ivan, you can see just how close Cain is getting specifically to Scout, whereas you know his intentions. He hasn't quite ever left the space of the dragon shards. And you're certain that that thing inside of Scout's chest is a dragon shard. You've seen the shapes before. You've seen it. It's this crystallized, broken off, almost glass-like structure. It's this golden ambery hue with green flecks. And though it is sort of irradiating some sort of energy, it's emitting a shock from where you aren't sure. You're certain that's what that is.
Okay, so Cain, are you coming towards us then?
He's probably, I think in his declaration, he was just kind of crouched down and he's looking at Scout.
Okay. Yeah, I'm examining Scout, concerned.
Oh, my God. Cain, that looks really bad. We should go get some ice on that. And I try to bluff to him that maybe he needs something checked out.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you're dude, you got I think a little bit of the fire got out of the mouth. We need to go get you cleaned up. Let's get some water on that. And I try to guide him.
Cain, can I get a sense motive?
Back inside into the pub.
You're gonna beat a fucking 30.
That is a monstrous roll. And
not bad.
Cain, I did a good one, but
it was great. It was great. It was great sense motive.
Yeah, I can't beat 30.
It's there seems to be
1d6.
Yeah.
I'm just messing.
You could tie, but man,
I could tie it. It's not. No.
There seems to be genuine concern. Ivan is expressing that you may have taken a burn.
You should not put ice on Scout, though.
No. I mean, you. Oftentimes with burns, especially when they're this bad, you don't even feel them. It's all down your back. I need you. We need to take care of this immediately.
Oh, well.
Don't touch it. Don't.
What happened to me?
I think
I could
Scout
not move.
needs help more than I do, Ivan.
Ivan, do you kind of what does this look like? Are you kind of following him in? Do you say anything to Scout?
I'm trying to usher him away. I'll release the hold on the scarf so Scout can get up on their own and follow us inside if they want to. But I just want to get him out of the public eye right now.
Sure, I got you. That makes sense.
Because I know that we're outside. We just left the place.
Makes sense. He starts to guide you back inside. And though you are now concerned with this burn that you may have, though you don't quite feel it, you glance back over shoulder and see Scout. And Scout is, I'm assuming, following back inside, unless otherwise indicated.
Yes, yeah, if Scout's being released. Scout is kind of standing there confused still. Because no one has responded. Scout has asked several
Hey, where's
questions.
Shamir right now? He was on top of you. Like, he could tell you what the hell happened.
Shamir,
Are you okay, Scout?
lifts his hand. I'm here. What'd I say though? What?
Shamir, I'm no, can you help Scout in any way that they need?
Yes.
I need to go take care of Cain for the moment.
He kind of like, I want to say that he leans down, but you're already sort of at his eye level, so he just kind of like bends over a little bit. What do you need, dog?
Scout moves their snout to meet his face.
What happened? I could not move my body.
You froze, and then you turned into dragon. You belch flame.
A dragon?
A dragon.
That is not a form I am capable of doing.
You think Shamir lie?
Scout will sense motive
Sure,
to
go ahead.
see if he's lying.
Give me a sense motive. Absolutely earnest. Completely. Like, just stark earnesty.
No, I believe you are telling the truth. But it is not the form that the Creator has given me.
Well, it is form you have now.
Interesting. I must figure out how I can use this form.
You should not do that here. They will kidnap you. Sell you. Dragons make a lot of money.
Affirmative.
You come inside.
Scout is going to like look at their body as they're getting up and see if there's like any new tattoos, like enchanted tattoos on their body, because that is how they've transformed in the past.
Sure. And you glance to your tattoo marks, and despite the amount of damage you have received, none of them have been really harmed. Knock on wood. But you don't see anything that symbolizes a dragon so far as you can see.
I think Scout's doing the thing, you know, where like dogs like tilt their head and like is kind of like confused.
Shamir begins walking in. Come on.
But we'll follow Shamir.
He goes inside. What is the inside of the clenched fist sort of look like right now?
Well, I would like to come in kind of somewhat loudly, potentially even performing a little bit, if that is okay.
Sure.
Kind of like I'm trying to like overwhelm Cain right now. And so I would kind of come in and try to usher him into the nearest table and be like, hey, we need some water over here. Anybody got any bandages, some gauze? Like, we could really use something. And as I usher him into the table, I almost kind of like want to trip him just on accident, just to like, again, just
okay.
knocking everything that's going on right now in his world. Like, he's...
Give me a perform.
Sure.
That's really good. I set that your DC high. I would like, give me another sense motive. I'd like to just see what you can get here on as far as the sense motive looks like. Nothing. Give me a reflex save.
Successful.
A reflex what?
A reflex save.
I'm like trying to shove him into a
Reflex?
booth, like tripping him to like shove him into a booth. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Okay. That's really high. It's really, really good. You do get kind of like shoved. He sort of bombards you over, and you can feel your body start
Watch
to go.
where you're going, Ivan.
But he pushes you into what looks to be a vacated bench seat of a booth.
And I'll go, can you feel that? And I don't touch his back.
Feel what? Ivan, why are you so concerned about me? Scout is who we should be worried about.
This is really bad, man. I think we need to get you I think we need to get you somewhere more private.
Scout is the healer anyway, Ivan.
Scout has their own thing to deal with. I don't even know if we can trust them right now.
Did you see? There's a dragon shard inside of Scout.
Yeah, which
In
is
the
exactly
very
why we should get you
core.
away from the thing that's burnt breathing fire.
I don't want to remove it, Ivan. It's the first time I've seen it react to anything.
Can I like usher for the bartender to like ask him if there's a room that we can go to?
Jax, he expresses that there's no rooms. This is particularly, it's just a pub. There's no rooms to be in.
Quite
out back
incredible.
anywhere.
Yes,
And
what does this mean? I need
any
to
sort
get
of
the scout?
privacy. It's just I don't want to strip this man naked in front of all these people.
Come, I will.
We must tell
to
Anju.
the kitchen. To the kitchen.
Of course, yes.
Where are we going? This is
He guides you
uncalled
back
for.
behind this area, and it looks like it's not really. It's not like there's not stone walls. Okay, it's mostly just tented down. So at best, you're gonna have a flap that separates you between the general public.
Perfectly fine.
As you're on your way back, Shamir comes inside and says, "Come, dog. Come, dog."
I don't think you guys are gonna want to be here to see this. You ever seen a 75-year-old man completely naked?
In Goblin Market, I
I'm
see lots.
45.
That's fair. No, that's fair. I'm gonna reach for the nearest kitchen object and put it to Cain's throat.
Okay. Roll a D100 for me.
That escalated
Yep, D100.
quickly.
I don't even know what's happening, but that's funny.
Yeah,
as fuck.
what the hell?
Wild magic? No.
No,
That's a
That's
D1000.
1,000. Yeah.
I'm just trying to determine the. Okay, so it's of low volatility, low hostility. So, yeah, you're looking at like a rag.
I have a rag and not a knife.
Dude, did you want to grab a knife?
That's what I said. Yeah, I was gonna grab for because I'm in the kitchen.
Sure,
Grab for the nearest
sure.
kitchen knife.
Okay, then yeah, feasibly, I think it's reasonable that you could probably grab a knife. Not going to be very big, but just enough.
No, something to put up against his throat as I push him onto the floor. And in his face.
I cast mage armor.
You
fine.
You can, in fact, in a panic state, as you begin to fall, you just instinctively just flash mage armor over your body.
Think I care about that fucking shit? What was
Come
that? out
at
there?
me, Ivan. I've been
What?
waiting for this.
What was that out there?
I
You talked
I
to the
don't
dragon
know, but
like you
I'd
knew
like
it.
to-
You talked to the dragon like you wanted to be its servant.
The flap flips open. Hey, gentlemen, it's just a flap. Bring the volume down. Also, your stallion dog thing. What the speaking apparatus? I'm going to send it back.
That's fine.
Scout, you are offered a spot in the rear side of the building.
Scout will go. I guess Scout's confused.
Shamir sits
I
at the
don't
table.
think you know what you're messing with, Ivan.
When you step to the back side after this flap sort of closes, it just kind of swings down. You see Ivan is what looks to be holding a meat knife in the direction of Cain. Cain has fallen to the ground, though you can see that there is some sort of like shifting, glaring magic that has sort of resonated over his body. You've seen this before. It's not uncommon for casters to have this, but this is certainly a hostile situation that you've come into, Scout.
No, you're absolutely correct. I have absolutely no idea what the fuck you're onto about this goddamn dragon shard that you've been obsessing over your entire life. All I know is that apparently you're in cahoots with whatever is inside of that thing, and the only thing that I know
about
through my
Scout,
many
Ivan?
years at the school that you taught at is that dragons are fucking bad.
Not all dragons are bad, Ivan.
That one seemed like a cut above the rest then, yeah? What's their name?
We do not speak their name.
Oh, because they're a bad one? Can I
When something that powerful channels itself through your friend, the only thing you can try to do to save them is to appease it.
Is that a bluff?
He believes that.
Give me a sense motive. I'd like to see that. Yeah, no,
He believes that.
He, even if it's not true, he's convinced himself of it. But he seems
So
earnest.
you're telling me that you're not here to awaken some fucking greater power out of the shard, because that's what it seems like you're doing.
I don't have the power to do such a thing. I only have one of the shards.
There are more, like this one.
You realize what you just said.
No, I know what I said.
There's a pause.
I have a knife to your throat.
I don't
so
know
I
how
rolled
I'm
for
going to
an intimidate.
respond to that yet, though.
And Scout, you
Um,
also notice the very pregnant pause.
I believe there might be more, yes.
You believe or you know?
I have been told that there are more, but
How many more?
it was from a... Do you know what a hag is?
I know what a hag is.
Yes, well... That is where I've sourced the information from.
Are you looking to acquire the rest of the shards?
Well, who else better to study them?
The camera turns before you can answer. We see the return of Anju and Sera. You're just outside of the clenched fist, and you glance around, and there you cannot see your party. They wouldn't have gone far, knowing that you wouldn't have a way to find them. But
Do we overhear them yelling?
not yet. You can, however, see Shamir's small sled with his multiple lizards attached. Best guess is they're probably still here. As you begin to find your way inside of the clenched fist, you notice that there is some raised tones. You immediately recognize Cain and Ivan. When Jack sees you, his eyes sort of kilter off to the side in like an eye roll, and he just points to the rear side. Everyone inside the kitchen, you'll see the flap get pulled back, and Sera and Anju have now entered into the building.
Salutations.
Hey, you know
Sarah
people
and
can
Anju.
hear. Hi, Scout. How are you? You guys know people can hear you, right, out here?
Did you know
Scout,
that
what
Scout
did you
turned
do?
into a
I'm
dragon?
certain how I am.
Are you,
Apparently, I have turned into a dragon.
yeah,
Can I like
did
bend
it
down and
feel?
inspect Scout a little bit?
I
now
just
that
had
it's
to
all-
wrestle Scout to the ground after the dragon shard inside of them turned them into
Yeah,
a dragon, and then talked
we
to
saw-
Cain and said, "What is taking you so long?" To which Cain said, "I just need more time, but I want to appease you. I want to give you some sloppy
I
copy."
did not
Like,
say any of that.
I'm just bent down, like inspecting Scout. I'm just like getting in Scout's bubble a little bit, being like, it's how.
There's a dragon shard in Scout's core.
And
That-
apparently
yeah,
there's
I
more,
saw.
just like this
Sparking.
one, that can awaken a greater evil that Cain wants to acquire. How can we trust this guy?
We've
Wait.
never been able to. I
Ivan
like
is
not even looking
hostile.
up. It's
I
nothing.
am not after power.
Okay, well, nobody believes that. Let's.
You're after knowledge, which some would equate to power. So
He's also out after power.
Sarah
But I am
understands.
also after power. Knowledge is
Yeah.
very beneficial.
I
We are going
understand.
to
Yeah.
be very good friends, Scout.
Okay, we all just let's really quick. Let's just make sure that we all are gonna share our power. That if anybody gets any mysterious power,
You're
We
just
gotta
over here being such a fucking
share it.
hypocrite, saying we need to be scared of Scout and their evil power that they have, when you're literally trying to tamper. Even in the great scenario where we can trust you and that you're not here to unleash this power purposefully and take over the fucking world, you don't know what you're doing. This one
It's-
shattered is
it's
now
a-
inside
it's
our
just a flap.
companion.
it's just a flap.
You don't know what you're doing. You don't know the powers that you're dealing with, and you want us to trust that you are the person that should be solely responsible for researching what they can do.
I mean, he is the most
Yes.
qualified, but I think we can all agree that we don't trust you, right? That's something we can all agree on, Cain, together.
I tried to build trust with Sarah, and she was not interested.
You tried to extort me for information.
Oh,
You
like
s-
the captain, which you turned belly up for almost immediately.
I did that only to help us.
Captain is
make-
more trustworthy than you as well.
Look, if you've got a problem with me, then I'll do my research on Scouts and be on my way.
Okay,
I'll be taking the dragon shard, and
Uh-huh.
I will go on my way.
How do you
that's
plan on getting that out of Scout?
Oh, Scout can keep that one. It's a part of Scout now.
yeah. I mean, listen,
Likely their lives are tied together, intertwined. They share the same fate.
Scout. Does anything feel different?
Does anything feel different?
No, nothing feels different.
Negative.
I feel the same.
And Scout
don't-
like looks down. Am I still sparking?
Yeah, but again, still in this form, it's very difficult for you to see it because, well...
But that's from when I got hit by the sled, right?
Correct. If you were to swap forms, you could do some cursory glances inside of yourself, but it's going to require you to not only get opposable thumbs, but to be upright.
Gotcha.
As much as I love arguing with everyone about everything, I think we are kind of stuck with each other. This one's got a dragon shard in their chest, and we have no idea what their true intentions are. No offense, Scout. I'm sure you understand what I mean. And
To Scout. That is my true intention.
yeah, I feel like hopefully by the end of all this, you'll be able to understand how the nuance of that statement is loaded and comes off vague, but I appreciate your honesty. And
It is the truth.
we've never been able to trust the wizard, but he's the only guy who understands any of this, and I don't know. I think that,
Let me
maybe...
ask a question that maybe all of you could answer. What do you suppose happens when Scout returns to the Creator with a dragon shard lodged in their core? Do you think that the Creator will look kindly upon that?
Affirmative.
The last time you gave in to the power of these dragons, you traumatized me in a way that I had never thought possible, Cain.
I saved our lives!
You did, but at what cost? And I'm saying... If you're trying to, have we heard, above table, have we heard anything about... So you two are the only ones that... Did you inform us that there's, multiples? Or are you going to keep that secret?
I just said it.
Oh, okay, I wasn't paying attention, sorry.
I didn't say how many. I
said that
Yeah, he didn't say how
there are
many.
few.
I just said out loud that there's multiple that he wants to get them all in.
So if we're worried that the kid is going to turn into a dragon and we can't control them, and you're implying that you want to gather or control let's just take it one step at a time, but it feels like we have to stick together. Because separately, y'all are out of control. Together, maybe we can work something out.
You can't expect me to ignore such interesting artifacts. I know they're out there in the world. I don't know where they are. I wasn't given a map to them. I simply know they exist. My mission is the same. It is to study the dragon shard that I have in my person that we have on us, and to continue to the Morning Lands and to collect more information for House Caniff.
Right, and then also collect
Oddly,
a
I
bunch
trust
of
everything you
Infinity
just said.
Stones and
Yes.
become the Lord of Dragons, though, also. That one.
I don't want to become the Lord. I think you misunderstand. When all of the seals are broken, that will be the end of everything. It is not a matter of who rules over what. There will be no place for me in that future.
So I still can't tell. Is that something you want to do, or?
Cain.
It's not so much that he wants to, as that he feels compelled to.
Give me a will save right now.
Will. 10.
You are struggling. When pushed, you find that you result to veritable slings of insults, especially now that your talents have been called into question. Your intelligence is not at the forefront by any means. It just makes you seem like a crotchety wizard. And you so desperately want to claim back that part of your life that was lost. But you can't ever seem to grab at it because of these whisperings. They've been with you now for 20 years. And you're so close, you can taste it. You don't know what that means. You don't know if you'll ever get it back. But you are aware that you've never been closer to solving this problem.
Just need more time. Just give me time. It'll all make sense.
Ivan,
I mean, I'm not giving you the dragon shard. I got all the time in the world, buddy.
I'll give this specifically to Ivan and to Anju. I'll need a perception DC 18.
Ooh. Ooh.
Wow, that's low. That's even lower than
Wow.
the first one.
Ivan, I'll need a sense motive.
I'm good.
I think canonically,
That's my first bad roll of the night.
Anju's just distracted.
You see Cain's face, and in your line of work as a bard, you have to be able to know your audience. You have to read the crowd. You have to figure them out. Otherwise, you can't sell them. You can't sell them the luster and the stare of what it is. And you see him, and for a brief moment, there is the sensation that sort of hits you as you read his eyes. And his face is contorted, it's maligned, and he's trying to get the words out, but his eyes, for a moment, he seems very hurt. Not as in his feelings are hurt, but as in he's trapped. Like there's something more, or someone more, that lurks beyond this twisted, gnarled face that he seems to carry on. He is the way that he is because of time and because the events that have transpired. But if you've ever seen eyes that have screamed, "I need help," it's almost in this moment.
Kind of like take a breath in and relax. Shrug it off, you know? Anju's right. Stuck with each other for now.
Ulterior motives have never stopped us before. Shit's getting weird out there, y'all.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I'm in for a penny, in for a pound.
What does that actually mean?
We have a mission.
Yeah, or a sunk cost fallacy, whatever it is. But yes, Scout, we do have a mission. You're right.
We must meet Phelan in the morning.
Yep. And separately, we're probably gonna die. And I think ultimately that's what I'm trying to avoid. Preferably all of us, if we could swing it. Except you, Cain. You do better.
We must find a way to be less flashy.
Less flashy?
Affirmative. Flashy.
That's a good word, Scout.
Oh.
Flashy. Flamboyant. Noticeable.
Ivan is the most flashy one
Negative.
here.
No.
Not flashy.
Flesh.
Flesh.
Fleshy.
Skin.
Flashy.
Carries a different connotation, Scout, but also good.
Anju, you may be as flashy as you would
Does
like.
one be less fleshy?
I do like being flashy.
What are we
Those who are made
saying?
of flesh do not survive.
I have scales in my hand.
Perhaps your hand will survive then.
Are you talking about the
Underneath the scales is
Mornlands?
still flesh, though. Like, right? Like,
Affirmative.
Okay. Are there... I mean...
If we are going to survive, we should probably do some preparation before travel and make sure we have proper supplies, and scour the market for any magical items that may be here that can aid us.
Do you think there's anything that can protect us from the Mornlands, the environment of that area?
I'm not, I don't know. I believe that is Phelan's department, and he said he wasn't going to tell us until tomorrow.
yep, he did
Which
say he
seems
would.
very suspicious.
Yeah. Kind of sounds like he's gonna get us on the ship. We're gonna get like halfway there, and then it's gonna be like sunk cost of like, well, might as well go with a cracked scuba suit, you know?
Maybe he'll give us some sort of magical artifact that we have to feed our blood into to get some sort of benefit.
Why is it so specific?
Oh, it's just like Sera's.
I do not
Yes.
have blood.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but you're not gonna need it, Scout.
Y'all, real quick informal poll. The in-game.
no.
I think it's cool. The sword, right? Do you guys think her sword is cool?
Affirmative.
Got it from
Look
some
at
sex
it.
guys.
It doesn't
look at
match
it.
her beaming personality, that's for sure.
Thank
more
you,
and more
Cain.
these days. No, you're
would-
right. You're right.
She needs maybe a baton with twirlers as a weapon.
Yeah, then you couldn't
I
cut
do-
random people in half, though.
I do like baton twirling.
See, it's cool. I told you it's cool.
Why are you polling about my blade, Anju?
I don't know. I just thought it was cool. I just wanted to see if everybody, just wanted to see what everybody thinks of your cool sword.
You know what else is cool? Being the head of a thieving company. Finding an old employee that sheds light on such things to the rest of your party members.
Fine, whatever. I used to be a smuggler that was good at smuggling, and then I got a bunch of promotions.
What's the most
It's
illegal
fine.
thing you've ever smuggled, Anju?
How is something more illegal than the other?
Well, you could have drugs or people, Ivan, which is worse.
This doesn't make it more illegal. Morally, one's worse, but
Well, the sentencing for either could be, have a large.
You know what? No, you know what, Cain? Anju's just stands up and is just like he had been kneeling, and now he's saying, he's like, "No, you tell me what you think the worst thing I ever did was. What do you
If
think?"
I knew, I wouldn't have asked you, you fool.
No, just like if you were to make an assumption with
I
like,
don't know, dismembered body parts, perhaps a dragon shard that you're smuggling right now.
fuck is wrong with you? Did you say
You told me to guess.
Yeah,
you
and
literally
you know
did
what?
say that. That is exactly what you said.
I'm just a little insulted is all. No, I draw the line at.
Oh, you don't
Human
like people
trafficking
making
and
assumptions
trafficking of
about
dead
you,
bodies.
do you?
Do you know how much money there is in drugs? I don't
I've never
need
done
to- I don't need to
drugs,
move
except
dead
for
people.
what you've given me.
You've done so many drugs.
No.
Natural, Ivan. Shrooms do not count. I have some golden. What is it? Golden wheat still. I need the pipe from Scout.
It was
I was
drugs.
told
All
not to give that
natural.
to you.
It was
Good
drugs.
for the mind. Dulls the senses.
I was providing a service. We were the
All
engine
right,
of
anyway,
the
he's not
pharmacy
going to
of
answer
the
the
people.
question.
That's it. It's drugs. That's the worst thing. That was all we ever needed. We were good at it. Everybody wants to get fucked up these days.
But you were good at stealing the drugs or doing the drugs?
I was good at stealing them, moving them, doing them.
Sure. That's just
Whatever.
I was just clarifying. Just
All. Anything related to drugs, I was pretty good at making it happen.
so you are good
Did
at
someone
doing
report
drugs.
you to the authorities?
No, that's part of being good at it.
Still
I
unclear
didn't
over
get
here.
caught.
Right. Any other
Yes.
dark secrets anyone else wants to let out before we go on our next quest together?
It wasn't relevant. What are you worried I'm
Just
gonna
hide
steal
my
your
dragon
drugs?
shard. You pretend that's the most high quality drugs you've ever had.
I've had some pretty high quality drugs. My family's rich. I bought some drugs from Anju.
What is it with you and your father anyway, Ivan?
Is now really the best time?
Why are you so sassy?
Me?
What's gotten into you? No, not you.
Cain.
You called me a ballless, cockless slave.
We did do that though.
It
Yeah.
was pretty funny, and I
Child
like gotta dap
goblin.
him up.
Nah, yeah, like absolutely Anju's gonna dap you up on that one. We did
You're
do
ratting
that.
us out right this moment.
I think
should
we
have
could do
slain him on the
improv,
spot.
man. I'm ignoring Cain and like talking to Ivan. Like we were pretty fun. Like we could, we
Do
should
some
start
drugs.
a podcast
Yep.
and do some drugs. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Sick. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What were you saying, Cain? We should go, probably, right?
This is delicious
I-
meat. I don't know what it is, but
I think we should, yes.
I'm gonna like look at Sera.
going to
And
go shopping.
I'm gonna try to
yes.
look at Sera in a way that nobody notices. I'm gonna give a meaningful glance at Sera. Just not a long one, just one to kind of be like, is there anything you want to share with the class? Like that's what the look is gonna try to say.
I
I'm gonna glance down at the sword and back up to you, and then immediately that's all you get. But
would like everybody to know that we figured out who was following us.
Oh yeah, you were getting followed. Did you figure out who that was?
Yes, it was Cohen.
it was the
Why was Cohen following us?
Unclear.
he's
No, I've heard the actual look of a changeling is horrifying. That's why they can't remember what they look like to turn themselves into it.
Well,
I'm making
traumatized
that
by
up.
your own image.
He did say he was looking for his face.
he did. Yes.
Probably
That's
covered
for
in
his face
warts
right
and
here.
pustules.
I also am
Saying that about it.
I'm also led to believe that when we were being trampled, he was the one that saved me when I asked you all if you saw somebody grabbing me very quickly. I think that was him. Just
How
letting you
nice
all
of
know.
him.
Yes.
He saved her life, everybody.
Yes. That's all.
Doesn't
So
he
we're-
know about Hal?
About
You're spoken for. Your love runs deeply for Hal.
He says these things to you, Tracy, and at Sera, it just hits strangely. It doesn't quite have that vibe, that
Yeah.
feel that it once did.
very funny. But I know I don't.
Everybody's
Wasn't a
immediately
joke.
aware of that.
We're all just like, what?
Moved on that fast?
The tonal change is very noticeable.
Haha, yes, moved on from whatever. But I think that we need to. I don't know what
Anju, we're not on drugs,
Cohen.
right?
No.
We
I don't
talked
know.
about doing drugs. We didn't do the drugs.
No.
Am I feverish from the burns?
Are
you
you
on drugs?
feeling okay, Sarah?
I feel fine. I mean, besides the fact that we're not sure why Cohen is following us, everything's fine.
Would you
So
like me to scout and find Cohen?
we tried. We tried. If you would like to, I wouldn't spend too much time on it, Scout, because he clearly doesn't want to be found right now. As we chased Anju and I chased him down the streets, and he got away.
Yeah. And he's just really hard to get, and he's just not ready yet.
Oh my god!
Not ready to be caught or not ready for a relationship?
Yeah, not ready to be caught by pursuers.
Why did he run away? Were you threatening him?
Scared of love or something.
No, we
No, I
weren't
wouldn't say that.
threatening. We weren't threatening him. We were just trying to follow. I don't know. We were in the bar together, and he was being in disguise.
Something when you're flustered, Sarah, you tend to like play with your hair a lot, and it's like you're kind of doing that right now.
Yes. I'm flustered by the fact that we don't know why he's following us and not
the
saying
situation.
anything.
That's fair. No, that's
We're all
point,
flustered
point.
by the situation. Right.
So if I were to
I
kill
don't
him,
think he's that
it
attractive.
wouldn't matter.
Why would you kill him?
Why wouldn't I? He's stalking us.
He
And sometimes it does feel like you're looking for a reason to kill people, if I'm being completely honest.
I'm hypothetically speaking,
About
Anju.
killing people a lot.
I don't want to kill everyone.
Is that the dragon telling you to do
No.
that?
I will say I do feel compelled sometimes to do things that aren't the most rational speaking things.
that's a
sometimes.
start. That's a
That's
start
why I've got the
to
bag
admitting.
and you've got the diaper. It's fine.
It's a start to admitting all of the
You have a diaper?
issues.
We should start saying he has a diaper, like
But
the
then I
eunuch thing.
talk to Squeaks, and he always seems to bring me around to my.
I bet if
place.
we could, I bet we could get
Sanity.
Squeaks to tell people that you wear a diaper.
I think I could absolutely
I-
train him to do that.
I got them from your bag, Anju.
That's not you're losing this one. You're not going to win this fight.
It was used already.
Then why would you put it on? You put
I'm
on my
lying, I
used
don't
diaper.
know.
You're putting on my used diaper. This is your whole big funny plan
Why
to
is
get
Anju
me in
collecting
this
them?
battle of wits. I put on somebody else's poopy diaper. I don't smell bad, by the way.
This is quality television.
Well, you're
people.
cursed, Ivan. Ha!
Oh,
It's a good thing we didn't go blue with it.
Don't let anybody in this just kitchen that only has a curtain blocking it. No.
oh.
We should go find magical items.
We should get ready for our 12-hour journey to the mines. So everybody stock up, hydrate, rest, because we have a big day in the dawn. We have to wake up at 5 a.m. tomorrow. We did say we were going to meet him at dawn, which sunrise is usually about 5:30 in the morning. So everybody get up at 5. So make sure you get everything you need tonight.
Yes, if you give me the gold, I will. You can all go rest, and I'll make sure we acquire the things we need.
I think
Yes.
we will all get a small share of allotted gold from the amount that we have to get what we
You
need.
know how much magical items cost, Sarah.
Yes. And if you haven't noticed, I'm armorless. So I'm going to pay a pretty penny for some armor.
Why don't
So-
you just ask Cohen for some?
I don't think Cohen has armor. Why is everybody being so weird? Okay.
Yeah, just everybody else is being so weird.
Why is everybody being so weird?
No, you know what? What's the plan again? What are we doing?
We're going, Anju. I think we should allot everybody a certain amount of gold from our gold pile.
Good idea.
And we should all go get the supplies we need to get. Also, don't we need to
go
get
together?
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. We can go together. Actually, we probably should because Cain needs to be supervised at all times from what we've learned.
I was going to make sure you didn't buy something we didn't need, like, I don't know, like a heart-shaped locket or something.
Oh, my goodness.
Nice one.
Cain, it's a bit much, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it's a bit much, Cain, idiot.
Okay, we will go together then. How about that? Let's all do a shopping trip together.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Do we still have to do the lizard thing?
Yes.
Yeah. Hey.
That's
Hey,
kind of
God.
my,
What's up with the lizard thing?
I think I can get rid of him. I mean,
you can get rid of Ratman?
no, I'm
Is
not.
Ratman with us? Where's Ratman?
Fucking murder him. Shut up. He's right there.
Oh. Whoa.
I can put him to sleep and we can slip away.
It's actually not a bad idea. You want to do that?
Please. Yes. God.
That's the first smart thing that you've said.
It's the first good idea you've ever had.
I am highly intelligent.
Yes, you are. You're so smart. Fucking do it.
We laughed for like 10 seconds, guys.
Okay. We can run really fast. He just has like things that can run really fast too. So we just need to like
How long
be
is
faster.
It's 1
let's
minute.
wait
It's
until-
1
let's-
minute a level.
Let's wait until we're right about to leave. We can ditch him. It's fine. That's what we do. We tell him that we're gonna get his dog back or whatever it is tomorrow morning, and then right before we depart, we lure him with us, and then we just.
As
Midnight.
hilarious as that would be, it would probably be a bad idea to leave. He's very popular. We
why we
probably
should just
would
do it right now.
never
Just do
be
it
able
now.
to come
Just do it
back
Don't we
here
have?
again.
Don't we have like a whole day? Doesn't it? Don't you wait?
Just
Don't-
do it right now, and then we're gonna go. Just do it right now, and then we run.
Don't you want to go to the Oasis, man? Don't you want to see what it's like?
No.
Stretch your legs in your new form,
Guy,
dude.
stop fucking annoying me. And this is like a really good opportunity.
I mean, listen, I want to get rid.
Night.
We want to get rid of Ratman as much as the next guy, probably more than the next guy. But
I say we shop while we have light, and at night we go and
we'll just pick something up
Ivan
for you. You can go fuck-
transforms, and then he
we'll-
can go shake his raptor ass at lizard ass and whatever
You go
creatures
get some.
out there.
Go get some lizard strange and just tell us what you need from the shops.
Want to get
It's a
some
win-win.
drugs that we could do when I turn into a lizard tonight? I can
you
talk
know,
to you now,
it's
so we could do some.
the,
drugs.
the
I probably wouldn't need
eagerness-
that much because I'm so small.
See, the eagerness is a problem. You're not ready yet. You gotta
I've
chill
got
out, man.
golden wheat.
I'll do it.
If I promise to smoke a joint with you, will you go take care of the electric lizard problem?
Yeah.
Does anybody object to this?
No.
I'm like elbowing Sarah.
So we're not putting him to sleep.
I don't.
I
You can do both. I don't care. I just.
no, I don't think we should.
I'd be willing to part with my golden wheat for 3 gold pieces per person. Who's the drug
Shut the
dealer now, Anju?
fuck up, Cain. It's ours.
What are you trying to prove? Who are you talking? Who's that for?
To smoke, Anju.
I said who? Who is this for? What you're doing?
I'm sick of being the butt of the jokes.
Then quit acting like an
Have
ass.
a little taste.
If you don't want to be the butt of the joke, then stop acting like an ass.
I'm
Very
just
intelligent.
living my life.
Fine. I'll hold out my paw, shake on it, and fine, whatever.
At work.
And break.
So before we break, let me get this straight. You are promising to do drugs with Cain in return.
No. Ivan.
Oh, Ivan.
Ivan wants to
You're
get
taking
fucked
my
up.
drugs.
Ivan wants to.
I didn't say I was taking your
Okay.
drugs necessarily.
All right, sure. Ivan wants to get fucked up. What is the return on this?
I go and handle the lizard
He
guy.
handles
He
Ratman
shakes his butt.
more legitimately
lizard.
than putting him to sleep and leaving.
Okay. So good guy route, not bad guy route. I got you.
I am bribing him with a drug experience that he's far too eager to have. So
Sure.
that we can handle this in a way that doesn't put more heat on our asses.
Okay. When is the last time that Ivan has done a drug that didn't kill him?
I was in college, bro.
Okay. All right.
Sure.
Okay. All right.
Pretty recently, probably.
Sure. I mean that's fair, but also so it's probably
fucked up.
it's probably been
Hideo is
maybe a
down to
couple
do
of months.
any drug.
I'm
Fair.
gonna.
Then where would you like to go now? Who's leading?
Whoever leads the big group, because I'm gonna go deal with Ratman.
Does somebody want to accompany Ivan?
Not
think I'll be all right.
Keep
particularly.
watch?
Is he doing that while we're shopping then?
That's the
Yes.
idea. Yeah.
We're killing
Okay.
2 birds with 1 stone.
I'm not killing
Birds
anybody.
are closely related to lizards.
I'm not
Last
killing
time
anybody.
I tried
I'm
to
not killing anybody.
sniff the lizard, I ended up being a dragon. So
Just to be clear, I'm nobody's dying.
Oh, right.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Well, at least now we know that if somebody dies, I'm not going to move the body, Cain. Obviously.
You don't know till you ask.
Yeah, it's. Never mind.
So it sounds like Cain, Anju, Sera, probably going to go shopping, getting some necessities for the travel ahead. You know that you're going to need roughly 350 gold to pay Phelan.
Who's got the gold? What's
I
on their
have
list?
the gold.
it's in the bag.
Anju has it.
Look,
Do we
someone
have
else
like
needs
a
the
list
ledger,
of
but
our
I've got the
stuff
gold.
though?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure Maggie's is better than mine, but I have the bag, and I do have a list that's
We have
mostly
80
accurate.
arrows, 80 bolts, 50 feet of silk rope, 1 bedroll per person, 1 water skin per person, 3 days trail rations per person, 1 ever bright lantern, 1 flint and steel, 1 healer's kit, 5 torches, 3 sacks, a letter from Lady Eladrin, 3 vials of. Oh no, we don't have the holy water anymore.
Nope.
Because someone used them.
Every time I try to
Um,
use holy water in this
oh,
stupid
yeah.
game, it's like
3
that's
potions of cure light wounds, a tiny rod of blue metal, 3 inches in length with a sapphire embedded at one end,
probably
1
fine.
pouch with 150 platinum, and a casket with 100 gold, and a letter of credit for House Orion and House Lariander to cover passage to Control.
So 150 platinum. That's like
100 gold.
1,500 gold.
And 100 gold
Uh,
in the casket.
So
We used a
16.
bunch of stuff, so
350
we're
for
low.
the traveling.
We're
Yes.
So we have like 1,250 left then, which is between 5 of us is 250 apiece, split up.
Yes.
Okay.
What is it? 1250 divided by 5? Yeah.
So not that much.
That's a ton.
Sounds
Yeah.
like
You're not
It
going to end up
is a
buying
lot.
like an
It
incredibly
is a lot, but it's not a lot if you're talking about
magical
items.
gear.
we need
Yeah.
armor,
That's what
and
I'm
we need to
saying
find
is-
something. I think all we can get is armor and something to hopefully protect us from the morning.
But we also need to save the money that we need to give Phelan, and he might ask for
Correct.
more money to deal with the glassmen.
Well, did you not already remove that?
I don't know.
not
If they
already-
did.
Because I think we started at 1600, and we haven't used very much of it. We're probably at like. But it's not, didn't
we
you
definitely
subtract
didn't
that,
pay him
Cain?
the full amount.
correct. The amount was subtracted. So then, yeah, I think the even amount across
So we-
the board is 250 per person.
Yeah. If
I'm
we
just saying
split
he
it up
might
that
want
way.
more.
Correct.
That's
I
what
think we
I'm saying.
buy armor. We try to find something that works as a Hellfire umbrella or whatever, and then we save the rest of it.
Well, I'm going to let you guys do all of your shopping. We're going to go on a brief break, chat. And I'm going to let them shop, run to the bathroom, do all that jazz. And when we come back, all of the shopping will be out of the way. The camera will pan, and we'll see what Ivan gets himself into, which is going to be mostly, unless someone else decides that they would like to be there, likely be an Ivan-only experience.
I'll try to make it quick.
Okay.
I mean,
So I'm
originally
happy to
I
tee
was
that up.
trying to find the little lizards, but then they electrocuted me and I turned into a dragon. So
You still could. That's on the table.
you know what? You learn from your experiences. No more sniffing little lizards.
Then we will be
Aw.
back in just a minute, guys. So give us like 5 to 7 minutes, and when we return, we will we'll see where this goes. All right, y'all, we are back with part 2 of episode 17. So we're going to pass some time by. Some time is going to elapse here for the sake of our allies going on their shopping experience.
To Mall of America.
Yeah.
This is not a shopping episode, everybody. We will not be.
Correct.
I've already done one of those.
We
Yes.
did that during the break.
Next
Yes.
next week will be the beach episode. We'll get there.
I want to
beach
be.
episode.
Cohen be
I
there.
call him dressing up
I'll
as
be
Santa
wearing
for the
clothes.
Christmas episode.
I was thinking that, but I didn't say it. Okay.
I got you.
So what this looks like when you've done the team venture round out and you leave the back room, you'll find that the table that has coordinated some unfounded allies, so to speak, there will be 3 people sitting there: Galt, Shamir, and Ingo. Ingo's decided that he's going to stick around, at least in this particular area. He's not going to follow you out. Shamir is destined to follow you until he gets everything that he needs, or he dies. And Galt
Don't say that's an option.
Galt is just there. He is earning his gold to the best of his ability. You guys were very kind.
Yeah, he's not going anywhere.
Uh-huh. He's sticking around. So he will accompany the rest of you through the market, pushing you away from anything that might be a little less or a little more seedy, taking you to places that have some rapport and respectability, helping you find whatever you need. Ingo will stick around unless he is asked for. That leaves Shamir. Ivan, you find the 3 at the table, and they are engaging in some form of merriment. I think to the degree that Ingo probably looks over to you and he's like, you know, this rat guy's not so bad. He's kind of relaxed. He's kind of relaxed. I mean, he's got a wild thorn about him about this whole this shocker lizard business, but you know, he's not so bad. He's not that bad of a guy.
Yeah. Shamir,
Yes.
how far away is this nest that you speak of?
For me, probably 2 hours. For us together, maybe 3-4.
How long do we have? Then out of game, how long do we have until sunrise?
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's still early afternoon, so
Okay.
you know you've got well into the way.
I'm gonna slap Ivan on the shoulder. Road trip, like violently slap you on the shoulder.
All right. I owe you a lizard.
Before we go, how are you doing this?
Well, I managed to. Are they still around? Are they like just about to leave?
Yeah, I imagine that they're sort of slowly pacing their way outside.
Scout, can I grab that that light orb before you leave?
Affirmative.
And Scout will hand it over.
So this thing will allow me to guarantee to turn into P. Shockley tonight. At which point I will track another lizard over to you. Which at that point I imagine that you will be able to easily capture it.
When you say you turn into, what do you mean?
You remember, Ivan, that you only have certain amount of light left. There are not many turns.
We'll just have to get it right.
This ball, does it make me become lizard too?
No, it makes sunlight as I turn into the lizard at night.
Oh,
Anju's gonna get up and
Bro
start walking
wishes.
away at this point. Anju's done with this conversation.
are you a werebeast?
Kind of.
I always wanted to meet a werebeast. Are you sure
Cool.
that you don't want to stay with Shamir? We make a lot of money.
Very sure.
Okay.
My family's rich.
But Shamir is not. He likes this idea of money.
It's great. Can we
You
go now?
offered! You offered! You said that with your brain and Shockley's body, we make lots of money.
Yeah, I meant like if you wanted me to race for you,
Oh,
but it'd have to be a night race.
we don't do night races.
Why?
It's hard to see. What do you mean?
And
You see well at night?
there's ways to make light. Is there not like a headlamp kind of
Oh
thing?
no, we don't have light because then they shoot us.
They?
Yes, it's Cirque de Stab. That's what they do. They shoot. They stab. It's very hard to shoot and stab me. I'm very small.
That's fair. That's fair. All right. Oh, I'm gonna crack my neck. I've done weird. Okay, let's go.
Great. And he kind of like slaps you on the knee, and then he hops down from his chair and starts walking on. He encourages you to get comfortable. It's gonna be a ride, a couple of hours. He tells you that he's not used to this amount of weight, so it's gonna take a little bit longer, but they'll get us there. And then time is going to pass. We're gonna lapse those 3 to 4 hours that it would normally take for, well, normally 2 hours, but with the added weight, 3 to 4, to arrive at the Oasis. This is the home of the Shocker Lizard. And at this point, you can see the sun sort of coaxing over the horizon as it's starting to fall into night. Shouldn't be more than a few minutes at this point. But as you reach your destination, you find it. It's this heart away from the harsh desert. This oasis, a verdant sanctuary amidst what seems to be endless rocky terrain and dune. There's lush palm trees, vibrant flowers, crystalline waters, and create a stark contrast to the surroundings of this place in the arid landscape. The oasis, for your best understanding, appears to be fed by some sort of natural spring that runs up beneath the oasis itself. Its water is kept cool and fresh by various aquifers. The area is teeming with life. And if it weren't for the copious amounts of shocker lizards, you have no doubt that this would be teeming with a variety of creatures seeking respite from the heat of this arid climate. As you glance down into the oasis itself, you see what he means. It's not 10, there's not 20. There's hundreds. Hundreds of them. As you glance into the well of the spring itself, it appears that the water has been, despite its clarity, it has been dredged forward, and it looks like armor, weaponry, has been heaved into the spring. You watch for a while, and you can see that a few of them move to the water's edge, and they drink. Others seem to go a bit deeper, and they come out with scraps of metal. As they leave from the bed of the oasis spring itself, electricity tapers off their body, hitting the water. And you wonder, you can't help but to wonder, if that is what's keeping the waters so crystal clear. Surely after time, there'd be some form of rust over these instruments, over the armor platings that seem to be stuck here, but no, yeah, it's crystal clear. And is that one eating a gauntlet? Can't make heads or tails of it.
Oh, they're consuming them out.
Shamir crawls up next to you, and he pats you on the back. See, this is where I find them.
Yeah. It's kind of a thing of beauty.
It is nice, but they are very mad. They do not like people.
Do they like rat folks?
No, but I can talk to them. Yeah, sometimes I can talk to them.
Can you teach me how to talk to them?
Are you a druid too?
I mean, I'm going to turn into one.
You turn into a druid?
Oh, Jesus Christ. what if I was a hunk of a male shocker lizard, let's say B. Glockley, and I wanted to charismatically ask out another shocker lizard on a date, what would I say?
I don't think they talk. There's not much in the way of talk. They scraw! Have you practiced your scraw?
Give me an example.
He kind of like, he looks to the side and he seems to draw his mouth open. He goes, scraw!
Scraw! I mean, I'll do better when I'm the lizard.
You have to do much better. They
It'll
will not
probably
like
come
that.
naturally then, yeah.
Yeah, you must do
I'll
much
have its
better.
like vocal cords and everything, yeah.
They dance. They dance. You never be shock lizard before. How do you know you can use the electricity, the shocking?
It tends to come a little naturally. I can kind of feel what the animal feels, you know, like it's mainly me in there, but they're also there.
Do you have
in the back?
I don't know how you handle that. Do you eat metal?
I usually eat whatever the animal wants to eat. Makes my bowel movements in this form a little bit annoying, like when you eat another person.
I don't know what that means, but I understand that sometimes it's bad.
Yeah, if you ate somebody twice your size.
Oh.
In one bite. I've done that. I didn't eat for 7 days afterwards. I was never hungry.
How do you know, how, when they that big?
How do I what?
How do you poop? You said you eat people.
Yeah. It sometimes comes out both ends because your body just doesn't know what to do with it.
Oh, that sounds bad. Oh.
Yeah. Anyways, let's get to about that time. If I shapeshift and I don't turn into what we want, turn this orb on as little as you possibly can. As soon as you see me again, turn it off. I'll change into something else.
Okay. What else you become?
If you see me growing, step back.
Okay, what, growing how?
Into a 900-pound toad.
Must be very big.
Yeah. That's the guy that eats things. Other than that, though, it's all small things.
Okay. Anything else I should worry about?
No. Well, you see a monkey try to cover my mouth.
Monkey. Yes. What kind of monkey?
Howling one.
Very bad. Very bad.
Yeah, I don't think they would like that one.
No. Oh, okay. And he kind of like, he steps back and he's just holding on to the orb. It's spinning like this. Just keep doing this. How long does this last?
It's not much time left on it, so we got to get this right.
Okay. And he doesn't know what to expect, right? Like he has no clue at all. Let me pull up your animal list here just to see what's gonna happen.
What? Don't I need to roll like a 4 or 3? Somewhere in the middle.
It would be a 2.
Got it.
Give me a D8.
This is my hope the curse doesn't go wrong dance.
The body begins to shift and it grows smaller as anticipated with the raccoon. However, the body begins to shift further than that and it contorts down to stoat form. Much to your surprise, though, you're not left in the clothing that you wore to this place. Your body just shifts, clothing, backpack, and all.
So I'm wearing my clothes as a little tiny stoat?
You are.
Oh, that's so adorable. Banjo-Kazooie.
The problem isn't that it doesn't show. It's like it changed with you.
Oh, it like came into me, so I'm not wearing the stuff. It's just okay.
Correct.
Okay.
Not this one! Not this one!
And like he turns immediately, not sure what to make of the voice. It just sends panic, and he starts rotating. Sure enough, it begins to emit a light and radiates through the area. It's still like just enough light out that it's not going to send a shock to anything down in the oasis, but you will continue to do this until you find the right form. He probably continues to scream until what looks like the manifestation of P. Shockley. You rotate between a few forms. Parrot is next.
Oh no, that's not the toad.
That's the dragonfly.
Interesting.
That goes to the howler monkey. And he again pinches the mouth as you said, and still he's shaking it.
This is not good. How many rotations do we have left, bub?
We're gonna say for the sake of the experience, enough.
Hey.
Lucky. Finally, that form
probably
appears.
Exhausted. There's no way that we have any more of that thing.
And what comes before you? You experience this. You can see this. You turn into the Shocker Lizard. You didn't really get a good look at Shockley before you absorbed him, but you did get to see the others. And what you see of your person and of your size, you are bigger than all of them. Easily twice their size. Your vision also changes. You have near perfect dark vision. You can see everything in grayscale. There's not much in the way of definition, but lots of grayscale.
Imagine that they kind of see. Have you watched the new Thor movie?
Yes.
You know when they're on the black and white planet,
Mm-hmm.
that they can see when like the lightning comes out and it makes color, but then.
That's fair. That's a fair assessment as well.
To think.
After you've turned into this form, he says, "Now practice. Do the lightning."
Do I have specific moves that they're called, or is it just...
I don't know. I'm not one of them.
I'm asking you, bub.
Oh.
God, what do I do?
This is, in fact, a form of attack. It is a shock that you can call forward. So, because it is a body-based ability, I'm going to need you to give me a fortitude save. It's going to be a low save every time. So let's start with your fortitude. It's a D8. Well, it's D20, but you need to hit 8. So with a little bit of practice, yeah, it takes you a few moments, but you draw up the fortitude to emit a shock. And while you're expecting something vast, it's very small. It's just like a and a spark.
What does it come out of?
You note that the shapes of your ears, and it seems to coalesce to your horn. So it creates an arcing from the spikes that kind of mark where your ears might be, and a single horn that protrudes from your face. They arc from each other, and you try to send it out, but it just meets failure. No, you need more. You need more. And he starts rifling through his belongings, and he finds that same bag that he had before. He draws forth what looks to be crushed bits of metal, folded over a bunch of different times. Go on, eat. Eat.
All right.
Strangely enough, for you,
You didn't have a good flavor?
it actually, despite how Ivan thinks, in your flavor palette, it's quite rich. This natural acidity of the metal across your tongue, it feels quite nice. And as it slides down the back of your gullet, it seems to almost ripple with this sense of electricity, and you trigger one of your own latent effects. It's electricity sense that they happen to have. You can feel this churn begin to generate, and the more you end up moving, you can feel it jostling inside of your bodies, and it starts creating more of this sense. Your electricity sense becomes overwhelming. This is why they run. They eat the metal, they break it down, and it makes shocking.
Yeah. I can feel it.
So now
This is fucking awesome.
we look for the one that you get. Do you have one in
Okay.
mind?
No. How am I supposed to know which one's a good one?
Well, I don't know. Maybe big one? Maybe,
figure it out.
Maybe you make them mad and make them chase you? And you find fast one? They not catch you.
Okay. I'll figure it out.
or you go down and you pose and attract mate. The females are bigger. Look down there. And he points, and you notice that there are blue ones everywhere. There's so many of them. The females are very few and far between. Their skins are a bit more emerald in color. See the big ones? They green.
Faster?
Maybe faster, but bigger step. If
Fast
not
enough to catch me?
faster, then we have. I start breeding, and I get more lizard eggs.
You're gonna take care of them, though, right?
Of
Get 'em well?
course. P. Shockley was best taken care of.
Trust that. All right, I'll be back.
Remember to work on Scraw. Not bad. That's believable.
All right.
And he
I'll let
waits.
my large stature speak for itself. Kind of like start sauntering down with my chest poked out.
When you begin to break way over the dune itself, you kind of kick down a few rocks, and it doesn't really excite them as much as it draws attention. And as they see you leap down, they watch for a little bit, but they continue back to minding their own. Shocker lizards aren't exactly brilliant, and you kind of get that feel, right? You get that feel inside of yourself that there is something that is more primal based upon your actions, but Ivan's brain is still there. You have this bizarre draw to the actual crystalline waters of the oasis itself, and you can feel that almost electrical draw from you, the electricity sense. It's massive there. The waters are very welcoming.
All right, I'll start as I'm just sauntering in, kind of like Moto in Madagascar. I'm gonna try to see if any of them stand out to me, male or female, doesn't matter.
Sure, give me
Anybody
perception.
that just seems like they're wanting to run. They're wanting to be pampered, taken care of.
Okay, if you wish to, I think I want to take your lead on this. You can see plenty. 25 is fantastic. Already in the spectrum of light, in your vision, you're going to be able to see a couple of different things. So while you're seeing in Gray Sense, the electricity that seemingly arcs off of their bodies, the closer they get to each other, the more prominent this electrical arcing happens to be. They've created some elaborate web and network of electrical charges that move between them. And you can see where males that hover around the females, it is most dominant. It is quite potent. And there are a few unmated pairs. There are a few that are posturing for the attention, the affection of the female shocker lizards. But it seems like it is predominantly male shocker lizards. 60 to 70% of the population is easily male.
Okay. I will try to spot the largest female.
I think you will. I think it's easy enough to locate that one because they have the largest electrical draw. In your field of vision, you can see them. I hesitate to call them like satellite lizards, but they're cycling around her. They're walking with this bizarre, glamorous style of step, trying to attract a mate. I'm sure you've seen it dozens of times before on like a Discovery Channel. They're posturing for affection and attention.
I will push past all of them and just stand in front of her.
Interesting. You rouse them into frenzy's not quite the right word. Having another male enter the foray, it draws new attention. You're bigger. Your blues are more bright. Can I get a perform from you, please?
Of course.
Oh my God, 28. That's humongous. You step with such stoicism, such confidence, that it immediately sets some of the lesser potential mates kind of caterwauling back on their heels. They watch. They see the performance, this mating ritual. As you peacock and posture in front of them, a few of the others have stepped up, and they usher challenge. You may not be able to speak their language, but the primal nature of the beast inside of you understands completely. I'd like to know what you intend to do.
Does it So the female, does she seem welcoming to my presence? Is she interested? Is she even noticing me?
She has noticed, but she is ignoring the attention. She's feigned in such a way where like the rear legs are sort of sprawled out. Have you ever seen like a dog stretch on the carpet and they stretch their legs out from under them? That's sort of how she's doing it, almost in this like push-up like stance, but her body is flexed and her head is kind of kilted up. So when you step up, being that you're larger and your blues are brighter and that your performance is insane, you get that slight like lizard-like head tilt to the side where you see one eye kind of peering over. And she's probably, if not exactly your size, slightly larger than you.
Do shocker lizards have long necks?
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think it's fair to assess that they probably have fairly long necks.
I am going to go and like kind of flop next to her, but like so that I budge into her. But then like if I come in on this side, my head is gonna wrap around to her other side. The other side of her head. Does that make sense? To kind of like make a little helix with our necks.
Do you want your head to go over the top or underneath?
Over the top.
Okay, over the top.
Over the top is always dominant.
I understand.
World,
I understand. Okay. Give me a climb. It's not particularly hard.
My Riz.
You say that, and then he rolls a 5.
Something's not particularly hard.
You're going. Your native bonus gets an additional 8 on top of that because of the monster. So.
Oh, that helps.
13's not bad.
13's not bad.
Cool.
She's not resisting. She's not fighting it. But you scale to the top and you drape your body, your neck, naped over the top of hers, in such a way to express dominance. And now you can see that some of the other males, we'll say that there's three predominant males that have begun this sort of illustrious dance. And each and every few steps, they seem to let out this scrawl, this like mating call, where when they do, you can witness the length of their neck sort of extend outward, almost like bulbous frog-like motion. And electricity lines over the top of it and creating this elaborate weave of what we would guess as humans is like a beard. But it's electricity made. What do you do from this point? Do you maintain? Do you hold?
While I'm here, I would... God, this is going to be fucking stupid. I'm going to let out my own... and shoot a bolt of lightning just in the direction, not purposely to hit anybody, just to like say back the fuck off.
Okay, give me a performance followed by a fortitude save. Performance is huge. Fortitude's great. You release this animalistic primal scraw, the mating noise that you have now heard them make multiple times, and you release this bolt of electricity that kisses the soil and dirt nearest you. You see bits of sand and debris sort of kick up away from it. It creates almost this like over the sand. There's this glancing fulgurite of metal, not metal, excuse me, but glass that weaves through the topsoil. And at this point, after you've done so, she glances down and she looks at it, and she lowers her head. She drops her head very, very down, so like low enough in subservience that the others start moving in for affection. It's an initiative thing. She has now dropped the performative not noticing, and now she has recognized someone amidst the four of you. With you being on top, it's easier to recognize you, but it's not stopping the other three from taking advantage.
Then I am going to immediately get up and fucking protect her. Like the white knight I am.
Yeah. All right. Can you give me an initiative, please?
Sure. Shit. Okay.
All right. Let's set this up.
It's actually an initiative thing. It's literally an initiative thing.
I'm not initiating anything else.
Drums,
what do you think I'm initiating, man?
He's got the drums.
I do be having drums. You're not wrong.
I would put these kind of drums in every song if I could.
As you leer down in front of your prospected mate, The 3 others move up to you, and let's just see where they land on initiative. My initiative bonus is going to track differently than yours. Okay, it's not bad. Not as high as yours. You have first reaction. What would you like to do?
I mean, if they're still at a little bit of distance, probably shoot a bolt of lightning at them.
Okay.
One of the 3. You said there's 3. Like, can I hit them all with one? Like, does it chain? Does it arc? Does it? Since they're all metal and they're conductive, like, does it?
Your shock can emit a you know what? Let me just kick this over to you so you have an idea. This is going to be pretty important for you to understand just what you're doing. So here is the Shocker Lizard sheet of information.
The dance.
Yeah, the dance off
Who
idea
can
is
twerk
not-
the best?
So if you read over shock, you can deliver your shock to a single opponent within 5 feet. It deals 1d8 points of non-lethal electricity damage to living opponents. They can reflex for half if they succeed.
Okay.
Do you want to do that?
So, yes.
Okay. Fortitude. That. Your DC was 8 to will this.
How desperate are you?
I am pretty desperate.
Yeah.
Use
We are 7 subs away from a luck reroll. So,
Only because if I read
you can
the
roll a
text on
d6.
shock, it says if 2 or more shocker lizards are within 20 feet of each other, they can work together to create a lethal shock once every d4 rounds. So these 3 could literally kill me.
that's true.
So I do believe I am desperate, and I will be using a desperation die.
My man. Roll a d6.
Prometheus, your
Very
quarrel is
good.
with me. Leave the others
Nice.
out of this.
Very good.
Let's go.
Roll a d8, please. Woo! Okay.
Fuck that boy up, baby.
Let's go.
Scorched earth. Let him hear it. One's so powerful, it's got a little crack of thunder.
All right, let's see here. We're going to give him...
Ain't need no fucking rerolls around here.
He's not expecting to be shocked. He is going to... It's not feared. Fear's not the right term, but he's definitely scared. There is a jump back as he's blasted with this, and you can see there's a recoil. The eyes kind of flinch down very tightly so. The other 2 continue to charge forward. They're going to flank you and just begin biting at you, or at least attempting to.
Okay.
You are going to have your base armor plus 4. So what is your AC?
As the lizard or me?
As the lizard. What is your dexterity modifier?
It says 16. It says AC is 16 for the lizard.
Okay, so then your AC is actually going to be 17 because of your dexterity. So let's just see. Let's see if they hit.
Get fucked. Get
I
fucked.
failed. I failed to do so. There is an audible snap as you hear the maw kind of like flinch over itself. The teeth crack. The other seems to try to get a bite, but can't just quite catch you. It glances off just the rear leg. They have created a line of flank, but they failed to do so. So that was their move and their attack action. You're back up.
Cool. I'm going to bite at one of their necks, whichever one seems weaker.
Okay, that's fair. Go ahead and give me an attack.
What do I roll for that? Just 1d20?
It's going to be a d20 plus 4. That is not going to be enough. It's a lot of trade here. There's vicious snapbacks on either side.
And it's almost like it's meant to be more intimidating than it is actually
Right.
land a killing blow, you know? It's
Right.
the dance of mating.
It's intricate. It's difficult. And honestly, you don't want to hurt them, but you also don't want to get fucked up. So it makes most sense.
Yeah.
Okay. In the top of that round for them, let's see what they do. They're going to continue trying to bite.
Did the other one like completely back off?
He's watching. They failed to do so. Back to you.
Sweet. I'll take another bite.
That is
Got him.
going to land. You're definitely going to land. And your bite is going to do, because of your size category, it's going to give you a d6. So do you have a strength modifier? As Ivan.
Yeah, +1.
Okay, so it's going to be a d6 plus 1. You snap up, grabbing onto the neck of the one that just tried to rear bite your side flank, and you snap over the neck. You don't quite get into the heft of the meat itself, but you tear away at several scales, and you can taste the acidity of their blood on your tongue. It immediately recoils away and bounds back, leaving combat.
I'll let out another. Ah!
Sure, give me performance. Based on this could end right here. Huge.
God, I'm fucking performing
You're
well
killing
tonight.
it, dude, on the performances. As you open your mouth and you let out that same mating scrawl that you've done several times before up to this point, the one that was just targeting you to the right side, that was the one remaining, it seems to draw back in fear. It cowers and drops its body flat to the ground. When you do so, you can see the scales of the neck of the one you just tore into with a little bit of blood across the tongue, and combat will cease. One male has retreated entirely out of field of vision, but the two that were before you still, they lay down in subservience.
Cool.
But you know that the fight is not over. You may have fought off the suitors, and you may have drawn her attention, but now you have to seal the deal. How do you convince and garner the affection of the dominant female of the Oasis?
So she's accepting of me. She's willing. She's excited about me, we could say.
You've bent her eye. You have her attention.
God, I thought you were going to say you bent her over. Jesus Christ, bud. You got to be really careful what you're saying right now, okay? People are going to be writing fan fictions about this.
You heard it, Chad. Tomorrow.
I would like to do the last performance of the night of doing a wild dance and then firing 3 bolts of lightning into the sky.
Okay.
The dance does involve like jumping over her to like keep her head on a swivel, so she's got to follow me.
I got you. Makes sense. Let's see that last performance. Fucking huge again. And I would like 2 fortitude saves, please.
Virile, dude.
Fuck.
Would you like a desperation die?
I got the second one. So I'll try to play it off as like, since the performance was so good, instead of it being like, ka, it's like, you know? It's like
okay.
The escalation of it. I try to just play it off as I'm going. Recover.
There's a slight pirouette and a break where it looks like it's supposed to be faulty, but then you maintain and you release a bolt of electrical shock. It surges, and in your vision before you land, you witness that the others have accepted, the mate has closed, and she's yours, as it sends a wave of electricity like a web across the entire oasis. Each of them acknowledge. Their heads bow into the sand. She's following.
All right, let's fucking get out of here, I guess.
Do you guide her back up to the area where Shamir was?
Yeah.
Okay. It takes her a little longer to find the footing. You know exactly where it was up to this point. Shamir has just been like silently rooting you on the entire time. As you glance up at him, he's just like, he's just so hyped for you, man.
The biggest one of the bunch. Bigger than me.
Bigger than you, yeah. Yeah. And
faster than me?
She doesn't seem to be faster than you, at least from what you can tell, but that's a-okay for him.
Yeah.
He said even if she's not fast.
She can make big babies.
Yeah. You lead her to the top. She waits for your guidance as she's sort of surprised to see Shamir. Shamir steps back to the other chakra lizards, and she begins to move up, but she's leery. Her eyes have never quite left Shamir, and she's waiting for you to kind of solidify that this is safe.
I'll go ahead and get in line.
Okay.
I'll run back. We'll get back hella fast.
Sure. As you bolt back, the utmost of confidence as you step back in line, and Shamir goes, "Should I harness you?" And he does. Carefully, while trying to like follow her, as he harnesses your body back up to this. She hesitantly takes a few steps forward, and then she begins walking next. She doesn't quite run. All of the others seem to want to run. What would you like to do? Do you want to just continue this pace? Because Shamir will encourage you guys, as you can feel the reins whip up and kind of crack down a few times.
I'll gradually increase. No reason to start sprinting. Do what she feels comfortable with, and I'll stay next to her and like kind of just like nuzzle her along. And
Absolutely expert. Man is animal husbandry. You've nailed it. You've got this down to a letter. You succeed. You succeed. It's without fail. Where I thought that there was going to be struggle, I should not have doubted. You'll guide her back to the city. Shamir thanks you, and he seems to try to harness her. There is that moment where she's not sure what's going to happen. But then he seems to start doing... You can tell that he's in the midst of the throes of like a spell. But as he does so, he places his rat hand over the top of her head, which his hand is very small compared to her head. And her eyes sort of flinch down, almost like the sun has glared over the eyes just too hard, and you kind of have to wince. But you can tell that he's made some sort of connection. Her body language reads very differently, and she starts to accept commands. Shamir looks to you. Thank you. Thank you. You made my life harder and easier at the same time.
Yeah. I will, promise you that one day I'll return Shockley, and, well, if she's still around, I mean, imagine the kids they'll have.
Oh, bring him back soon. I would like this.
I imagine so.
The hours have passed. It's well into nightfall. You realize, as you find your way back, that you're still in Shocker Lizard form. You no longer have access to the daylight orb. And you have to make your way back into the ever-living Rook and Draw. Even at this hour, you can hear the sounds of the music of the people continue to beat on well into the night. Do you just sneak back into town to the best of your ability, or what does that look like?
I'm gonna run a full fucking sprint.
Full sprint. Okay.
I'm gonna test out what this baby can do.
All right.
Not hindered out by these slow pokes attached to this leash with me.
Shocker Lizards are
soundtrack starts
already fast. You as a human move at 30 feet. Shocker Lizards move at 40 feet over basically all terrain, with an exception to icy terrain. But because of the not-so-normal features of Shockley, you move at 10 more foot modifier. So you move at 50 feet around. Very, very fast. There's a reason you can tell that Shamir was able to win at the Cirque du Stop. As you bolt and bend around corners, you can feel the aerodynamic nature of the body as it bends around each tent. You can feel almost second nature as your spikes over your body seem to lay down to give you a bit more of an aerodynamic move. People are kind of weaving away from you. Others watch on. You hear people as you bolt by. Isn't that Shamir's? That's Shamir's. Where do you go?
I would head back to the tavern we were at.
Okay. By this point, 7 to 8 hours have passed. That Ivan has not yet returned. You're confident that he will return. He's done so every time up to this point, but that still leads to this. It's nightfall. The patrons are beginning to thin, despite how often Rook and Draw stays up. Cheddar Jack encourages everyone to get their last drinks. Says, is there something you're waiting on? Someone you're waiting on.
Is he talking to me?
To everyone else, you're not there yet.
Oh, I have to talk.
Yes.
I'm too tired, Anju. You
What
explain it.
happened? Who say it again? Thought
You're
I'm
just
back.
you've been here now and well, I'd like to know when you intend to leave.
Affirmative. We are waiting for our friend Ivan.
Which one was Ivan again?
where were we? Hold on. Have we
The
shopped
brat.
The brat. Oh, he was the one with the potato peeler to your throat.
That sounds
That'd
right.
be him.
Well,
yet?
how
Are we in
much
the present
longer?
Right now, bub.
What's that?
Are we in the present right now?
Yes, it is. It is present time.
Thank you. So we already shopped.
You guys have already shopped, correct?
Got it.
You've done
And
all
we're
the
at the
necessary
tavern and he's
shopping.
kicking us out.
Where are we staying tonight again? Before the morning? Are we staying here?
This-
Yeah,
There's nowhere
Do you-
to sleep here.
Okay, you don't
Is there
have.
an inn nearby?
Of course, and if you wish to trial yourselves in the night, Rook'n'Drawl's not super friendly.
You mean like sleep on the streets? Trial ourselves in the night? What does that mean?
Suppose you will have just as much luck in the streets as you may in a brothel or a tavern.
We have important business in the morning. We cannot be staying up all night being degenerates.
I didn't suggest that. You realize that brothels are also places to stay. There are houses. Specifically, there's Iniquitous if you'd like to exhaust yourself.
I would rather not go there.
Said no man ever.
So we don't have a place to stay this evening. Did anybody consider that we don't have a place to sleep?
I can sleep
I
in
have
the
no need
dirt.
for sleep.
Anju, I cannot live like this.
Don't look at me. You give me a fireplace, I'm good.
Oh my gosh. And
You're the only one that requires private quarters, Sera.
this is not.
You ain't never slept on the street before?
No,
Come
I've never
on.
slept on the streets. I'm a paladin. I used
We
to
have
sleep
a
in a
scout.
monastery.
Are you a paladin? How
Are you?
What were you about to say, Anju?
I was about to say that we have scout who can keep watch. That's what I was gonna say.
Affirmative. I can
Yeah.
watch over you while you sleep.
All in favor of sleeping in a hidden patch in the woods.
Why don't we wait
have no
for
preference.
Ivan to come back, and then we can see if the rat has a place for us to stay.
That's a good. I suppose
If
that's the
he's
best idea we have.
succeeded, he
If
might
we
be in a
buy
good mood.
If we buy more drinks, will you be less annoying?
Oh, I hazard to say that I am annoying as much as I am just trying to run a bar. You stopped buying a long time ago.
What?
Buy
What do you-
more, I'll keep it open, I promise.
What do you recommend? And I presume, what are you trying to get rid of?
I'm
Anju
not
will
trying
drink
to
anything.
get rid of anything. I figured after nearly a full day and several pots of coffee that you would find at least a place to urinate, but no, you sat here dubiously.
We shall.
I just like that you just decided that I haven't peed all day. I don't know what to do with that. I
I know where to sleep.
have a condition.
What am I getting?
Okay.
You burst through the front door flap at this point. You have to come to a bit of a creaking halt. Slide into a few tables and chairs. As you see this, if he could ever be red-faced. There is Anju trying to explain his urination in such a way that could or could not be perceived as
It's
embarrassed.
just you wouldn't want. It's the
Hey guys,
smell
I've
of
been
it.
going really
You
fast all
wouldn't
night. How
want
you
me
guys
to
doing?
do
I've
it.
been going really fast for a while. Hey.
Oh right, he can talk. Yeah. Can we have
That's
a
quite
very?
startling.
Do you have a really large
Ivan?
bottle of wine? I'm so sorry.
God.
I do.
How are you doing, by the way?
He turns
I would
and he
love
walks
one.
away.
Ivan, would you mind electrocuting Scout for a moment?
No, I don't think I'm gonna do that.
I don't know what that guy was talking
All right.
about.
Thank you. I would not like that.
By
What are you
the
guys doing
way.
hanging out here? Just waiting for me?
I pee a normal
Okay.
amount. I'm just saying.
Yes.
They are deciding on where to rest
Ivan.
this evening.
Yes. How did it go, Ivan?
Where's
Fantastic.
Shamir?
I found the biggest female shocker lizard and convinced her to be my mate. And then brought her over to Shamir. And
Then you
Lovely.
abandoned her.
How?
Anju's gonna laugh at that.
How is Shamir faring?
he's extraordinarily happy.
Aw.
Wonderful.
I got him a lizard bigger than me.
Are you gonna start a little family?
I intend to give Shockley back at the conclusion of the mission.
So then our debt is settled.
Ratman, go
Precisely.
away.
Ratman, go away.
Thank you.
He didn't happen to have a place to sleep, mention any place where he would be lodging
Oh yeah,
for the
he's
evening.
rich. We should get Ratman back.
We have a place to stay.
We do?
There's a ship on the outskirts of town that we came in on.
Oh, right, the
Can't
ship.
we just sleep there?
I suppose we could. I
He's
didn't
waiting
know. If,
there for us anyways. What's wrong with us just sleeping in the...
that's true. For some reason, I thought the captain left to repair or something. No, he can't leave. He's waiting for. Okay, yes, you're
Yeah,
right.
he's here
Yeah.
for 24 days or something.
And like he's not going anywhere.
They're just repairing his ship. So as long as you don't mind a little bang, bang, bang at night, you know, like some...
At least
We're getting
there,
done.
I know I have a place to sleep.
Yeah. Oh, you don't want to sleep anywhere around here. I mean, I've been running around it. There's like all of the inns are just like constantly on fire and blowing up and being robbed actively. Like it's just...
Okay,
And
yes,
yeah,
we're
we all
not.
have
No,
a place to
Why would you
sleep.
pay
We can
for
all
crime?
stay.
Like that doesn't make any sense.
We
Pay
can
for
all stay in
sex, no pay for
Sarah's
crime.
quarters. Captain's quarters with Sera.
no. You all were fine with sleeping on the streets. They
I
all
don't remember
said,
saying that.
yeah, you can sleep the way you slept the entire ship ride here. I will sleep in my quarters.
Ivan, I would like a perception from you,
They're
please.
so cozy.
From the angle that you're at, because you're still in this form, you are talking to them, but you're
Just
talking to them
still
from the
chilling.
ground. I'd like to know, is Scout in a chair like before?
Have we been in this
Yep.
bar for a while?
Yep. Few
Yeah,
hours.
probably. Yeah.
From where you stand, you can see up to the table. Shockley is tall, but you're still on the ground. You are, think like a medium to medium large sized dog. You have a very clear open shot of the internal machinations going on inside of Scout. And given your field of vision, the way that the electricity turns over their core, you are seeing things that nobody else can see. Scout's internals are alive. It's not moving like that of a robot, what you might expect out of a Warforged. And maybe it's just the fact that Scout is moving. Scout seems to be kind of talking and sort of leaning forward and then back again, and you're seeing some of the parts flex. But you're certain that you just saw the core undulate. It's supposed to be a stationary thing. And then,
Noted.
as that wave of electricity ripples over the top of it, something catches your eye. I need a memory test from you. It's going to be a wisdom. Would you like a desperation dice?
No.
Are you sure?
I want to know what this is, but I already used one, okay? It just feels like...
What's wrong with it? What's wrong with taking a second?
You're a little evil
I
man.
mean,
You're a
Bub has
little
proven
fucking
that
gremlin
he's
over
not.
there.
He's not a completely vengeful god.
I'm not. I'm here to tell a story.
We like giving him dice sometimes.
It's true.
I'm not going to give you the dice. I'm not going to give you the fucking dice, Bub.
Yeah.
I'll stay in the dark on this one. Both
Someone
literally
could
and
always
figuratively.
donate subs.
It's true. We are 6 subs out. If someone were to give 6 subs right now, it would give you a luck reroll.
It's always
And you'd be
Worth
able to
a
catch
try.
that information. But you watch as something ripples over the top of Scout's core. You didn't see this before, when Scout had taken damage. You didn't witness this even when Scout had turned. But now you're seeing it differently, and you're not sure if this is courtesy of the spectrum that you're viewing through. You're not sure if it's just because of the angle. Or maybe it's just because you are nearest. But something ripples over the core of Scout. But you swear you've seen it before, you're just not sure.
Good to know, 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 good to know. My mind's going at 100 miles an hour because I can go at 100 miles an hour. So, that thought is gone. Let's move on and go find a place to sleep.
All right, I'm ready to leave.
Yeah, I'll race you guys back to the ship. Bet I win.
Oh, I want to race him.
What form do you take?
As soon as he says I want to race him, I go. What's my fastest form? I think it might
Cheetah?
be my
Wait,
greyhound.
is this
It's your cheetah form.
Cheetah?
I think
Cheetah
it,
is the
no,
fastest
I
animal.
think it might be the dog.
I think the cheetah and the greyhound have matching speeds.
Are they?
How wanted is this ship?
The ship that you came in on?
Oh no, the cheetah's 50 feet. I immediately switch into cheetah form and run as fast as I can as soon as Ivan says race.
I follow.
Perception, everyone except Scout.
Okay.
Creepy.
That's not scary at all.
As soon as they're
Look
like,
at that.
hey, it's racing
Weird
time.
stuff's happening with me.
My vision goes
Ivan just
blind.
takes off. He's out the door, just books it
Got
immediately. You
fucking
can hear
horse blinders on.
feet
Wow.
beat.
I'll take
Anju
my 29 all
will
day.
succeed. Sera
No
will
shit.
succeed. Cain, it's minute in detail, but Scout was gone so fast you couldn't get the greater details of it. However, for Anju and Sera, you've seen Scout take this form before, not their first time.
Yeah.
But where you're expecting the spots, the traditional cheetah-like spots over the body or what have you, any kind of mark that you would typically see, while it takes the cheetah-like form, there are no woven, darkened bark spots. It's all dragon scales.
Oh.
Oh.
And Scout
That
has
seems
no
bad.
idea. Scout immediately bolts through the open flap. They're now racing through the streets. Cain is none the wiser, but Anju's face and Sera. Cain, you look to them and you can see this utmost of guffaw, right? Surprise and awe over Anju's face. And Sera is just running the numbers.
I'm just going to start running. Anju's just going to not like hood up, just sprint out the front door after Scout. But he's not going to yell.
Sera,
I'm
Cain?
gonna follow up my speed that I run at.
Yeah. Sarah's not exactly the fastest, but is going to just try to keep up.
Sure. Sure.
I love this like
Despite-
happy-go-lucky feeling. You know, this like happy moment in the group.
I feel like Anju would be so, like Anju wouldn't even try to explain it, which he probably should have, but he didn't.
Anju, despite how fast you feel, and you're quick, you're quicker than most, you do not hold a candle to how fast they are moving. They are the wind. One literally moving, weaving between the crowd like a serpent. It's odd because you'd seen the cheetah move, and it was this almost bucking droves where it would drag the dirt away from it. But now you're seeing it move serpentine-like through the wave of people.
I think in desperation, I'm going to shout out, Scout, stop, come back. And I'm just trying to catch up.
Yeah. I would join him and just be like, Scout?
Scout Ivan has not stopped running.
Oh, I'm racing.
Okay. Ivan, perception, please. New, since you're running at this point. You're glancing back.
What's your speed in
It's
your
50.
form?
It's 50.
Mine's
We're the
60
same,
because
yeah.
I have sprint.
Oh.
Sprint lets me go 10 times faster. 10 times my base speed. It's a wild surge I can do.
We have to worry about, like, I feel like Sera and I are running alongside each other probably a bit.
Probably.
Ivan,
Sera,
you...
I think
Go ahead.
we just like, someone's gonna grab Scout. Like, we gotta stop Scout from getting fucking pawned.
Yeah. I don't know how to keep up with Scout, but let's just try not to lose them.
Looking behind me, looking for the wizard. What do I see back there?
I'm coming.
He's moving as quickly as he can, but it's just not nearly as fast as you, and definitely not as fast as the other two in front of you.
I think that he has like a long robe that prevents him from taking full strides. You know, he's
Right. In my diaper too.
And Sarah's in are you in breastplate or split? You're in breastplate right now. So your
Yeah.
speed's been cut. You're down to 20, so you're moving at the same speed as Cain.
God, you go without me, Anju. I can't keep
fast.
up. I can't keep
Why
up.
are they so excited, Sarah?
I don't know.
Ivan,
I hate
glancing
running.
back, you're weaving between them. You know exactly how to get back to the Fallen, the ship of one Bellator Strickland, the captain. And when you glance back over your shoulder that half a second, you see something that you're kind of surprised to see. There is Scout. You recognize that dark wood wrought form. But Scout's eyes are glowing. They are irradiating this flame-like red that ripples over their vision. Their strides have elongated into such a way that you can see a glow from the chest, and it almost looks as if the ribs are starting to part way and open up across the back.
No.
The people are
Okay,
being...
I'm gonna put on the brakes.
They're being bucked to the side as the ribs clip them in the legs.
Oh,
People
God.
not sure what to make. Scout! You hear the creaking sound of his reptilian legs stomping, coming to a stop as he's glanced over shoulder watching you. Do you continue moving on?
Jump over him. I'm gonna win the race.
Give me an acrobatics, please.
Oh.
13 is a bad roll for me.
13 is a bad roll. You're not wrong, but 13 is great enough for you to leap over the top. You had a run, right? So you're going to get a +4 static to this already, so it's basically a 17. As you stop and you glance, it's that Free Willy moment, right? Where you're watching and you can just see this cheetah-like form leap over the top of you. It clears so much ground, it's impressive. This leap nearly covers 20 feet, bounding over the top of you and several other people that are trying to get out of the way. But you can see the fear on their face as they've witnessed this oaken cage ripple open and forming these very gaunt, staunch wings across its back, bearing the organs in such a way that seem to be clinging to what looks to be mechanical vertebrae. And now you can see Scout's core in its entirety as it passes over your head. And you're certain that you've seen this before. Scout's core has a dragon mark.
What?
I don't know what we're gonna do about
What?
this.
I'm like, Anju has like plotted to a stop and has just given up and is just watching in terror. Like,
You've seen a similar mark on the back of the captain himself as he was guiding the elementals with the Fallen. You watched as it illuminated. But the one across Scout's core, it's an array of colors. Colors you've never even seen before that don't even radiate on your spectrum. It's unexplainable, but you can see the marks. What's even scarier is the dragon mark is moving.
Like moving around their body, torso, whatever.
it's like it's like animated.
It's
Or
like
it's
it's
like
animated.
Animated. Okay.
Like that
Yes.
episode of Power Rangers where he got the snake on his back just going up.
I think
like that.
Anju's just gonna defeatedly under his breath say, "Fetch."
And that's where we end tonight's session.
Okay.
With that revelation. Ivan is definitely going to have some things to explain, as even his racing brain is now trying to come to an understanding of what he just saw. But that's where we stop tonight. I hope that you
Sure, why
guys had a
not?
good time.
Yeah.
I know I left some questions on the table for sure.
Yes.
Yes. Indeed. Perfect. All right. Well, Cain, Cobalt, tell us about you. What are you doing? Where can we find you, buddy?
CobaltStreak. I play roguelike indie games, action adventure shit. I'm doing Tainted Lost streaking, trying to get a world record. Trying to figure out another game to play. Might mess around with some Elden Ring. Not really sure. And I play D&Ds on Monday. So, yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Perfect. Let's hop on over to Miss Sera. Tracy, tell us about you. What are you doing? Where can we find you?
Hello, everybody. I'm Tracy, Miss Magitech, MagiRPG. You can find me, twitch.tv/MagiRPG. I am usually live, obviously, here Mondays, Fridays, and Saturdays. So that's my usual schedule. Friday and Saturday, I play Vampire the Masquerade on my channel and then on Pod by Night. And that's really all I got going on lately. And then I do cosplay stuff and all that on TikTok for fun. So if you want to see some and Warhammer stuff, I also do that on TikTok now, and my Warhammer TikToks are doing really well. So that is everything that I do, and that is me.
Perfect. Scout, Miss Maggie, tell us about you. What are you doing? Where can we find you?
Hey everyone, I'm MargaretKrohn. You can find me at MargaretKrohn in all of the places. I do things on the internet, and if you want to see them, follow me. Also, I'm just trying to spread good vibes. So if you need some good vibes, come check out my socials because I'm trying to spread it. I also make games and video games for a living. I'm currently working on a project called Ashes of Creation, and you can find that at Ashes of Creation in all the places. And we have a game development update this Wednesday, so if you want to come tune into that and see what we're up to, that'd be cool.
Perfect. Mr. Ivan Freely, with his new form and all that, tell us about you, Frost. What are you doing? Where can we find you, bud?
Twitch.tv/FrostPrime is where I'd like you to find me the most. I stream Monday through Friday for about 5 to 6 hours, and I am taking on a new challenge in Slay the Spire where I'm trying to break the record for the most Ascension 20 heart kills in a row of 20.
Whew.
That is going to be probably consuming most of the rest of my year.
Oh, man, that's intense. Anju, Mr. BenBriggs, tell us about you. What are you doing? Where can we find you, boss?
I am live right now with Link to the Past Randomizer, but I am a variety streamer and singer-songwriter and event planner and musician guy, whatever. I'm doing the same thing everyone else is doing and posting constantly and constantly turning my life into content. So
Yay.
BenBriggs Live, just Google BenBriggs. Just don't even just type BenBriggs into a search bar anywhere. I don't care. But we are streaming tonight. Come on over if you want to have fun. Or maybe you'll hate it. Not my problem.
I love that. And that leaves me. You guys already know what I do. You've seen me here for a number of weeks at this point. This is episode 17.
Sub to Bub.
We've got
Sub to Bub.
a handful of episodes left at this point, and not all of the questions will get answered. There have still been many that have been perpetuated up to this point, and some of these will not get answered. I think most stories don't always deserve all of their answers, at least in this season. So, until next time, come see us tomorrow, and I will catch you cats another time. Goodbye, everybody.
Sub to Bub.